Hey. Good afternoon. It is 2K Wednesday, ready to go once again. I got my Mighty Bell with me, and we are ready to rock and roll. Once again, we're looking to make a minimum of 2,000 contacts today, and we are resetting the clock and building business in an amazing way. We've got a lot of great agents out there joining us, growing exponentially. It is a true pleasure to be in this one big fire with you all, and I appreciate you guys coming back month after month, week after week. And at this point, it's going to be year after year. We've been doing this for a while. For those of you who have never done 2K Wednesday with me before, we look to make a minimum of 2,000 contacts in these 3 hours. Now, a contact in this sense is anyone you talk to in person, by phone, FaceTime, face-to-face, by Zoom. If you got 12 people in a Zoom, all 12 people are contacts for you. We are looking to make as many contacts as possible in these 3 hours. A contact is also if you send out a text message and they respond to the text message, send out a text message, instant message, et cetera. We're going to call those contacts as well as those are, what's up, Dave Finale, as those are immediate responses. Lou Ramos is there with me. What's going on? Stephen Bentecourt, what's going on? Marilyn Torres. Yes, y'all. We are here and we are rocking and rolling. So if you do a text message, instant message, direct message, semaphore, smoke signals, carrier pigeon, and they respond to your message, they return your message to you, those are contacts as well. If we do a live video like this one and you do a watch party or you share it and people are watching along with you, those are also contacts. I got 7 on the board already. Let's go. Let's grow. What's up, Skinny Vinny? I see Vince Corso is right there. Russ Downs of the Downs Group, Real Estate Royalty in Hudson County. Wataguan, brother. I see you. We have been having some really trying weeks, and I'm going to go all the way back 13 weeks instead. We've had some trying weeks. Just so that you know, this is no different from any other week that I've ever had. So when you see us pushing forward, when you see me and my crew pushing forward, what's up, Leonard? I see you. What's up, Dan Rojas? Let's go. Let's grow. Joseph, what's going on in K Compton LaRoe? It's that real estate royalty down there with the Hap Goods. Yes, y'all. And I see Soto. Josh, what's going on? And Veronica Figueroa, the Veronica Figueroa team, FTTV is the bomb.com. What up, my brother Josh? We're doing it and doing it live. So what I wanted to make sure you all know is that the blackout that we did last week was in solidarity to protests and having our voices heard, et cetera. What is really important for us to get across is that for us, and by us, I mean we who believe in freedom, right? We who believe in justice, we who believe in even a modicum of accountability for folks, we are actually used to this, okay? It's a shame that we are, but we're actually used to it, and we still have to get up, and we still have to go to work, and we still have to build business, and so that's why we are here yet again, so that I can support anyone that's in the sales business that needs to grow their business. We're going to do it together. My dialer will be dialing soon. And we will be going. What's up, Manny Barrios? Too many properties. What's going on? Sharice Sapp, Reese with the wire. Women in real estate. What's up, Chris Trainer? Doing his thing. MJ Jones. I saw your call, Shaq. I was starting as soon as you were calling. Let's go, Reese says. So a contact, just from the top. A contact is any living, breathing adult human that we talk to. A contact is by phone, face-to-face, FaceTime, doing your Zooms and things like that. Whenever you're getting together with folks and you can interact, that is a contact. It does not have to be a specific sales communication. It is just a contact ready to go and grow from there. Now, if you're doing a text message, instant message, direct message, and you send your message out, you get a response to that. I'm just writing them numbers down. You get a response to that. Those are also contacts as well. If you do a live broadcast, or if you share a live broadcast, or do a watch party on a live broadcast, and you get eyes on that, those are all contacts as well. What's up, Deep Patel? Brenda Rankin, what's going on? And Mr. Mark Stein, the Mark the Misfit, what's going on? We had a really, really great session the other day where we had a really in-depth conversation. I love the fact that folks are talking and expressing themselves and getting things out and being heard. So the fourth kind of contact that we have is a social media contact. Any social media posts on any of the platforms, if you put it up there, someone likes and comments, and you reply to their like and comment, that is their contacts as well. And then last but not least, of course, if people are clicking on your links, if people are clicking on your product or service and they want to see more, they want more information about it, those are contacts as well. Until you talk to them, then they may be leads. So I'm going to send out at least 200 to 250 studying for the the North Carolina class, and then the state test. Keep studying, my brother Chris Trainer. You are doing it. You are almost there. All right, Abigail, I see you out there. All right, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna send out at least 25 gratitude texts first. I'm going to do 250 as the night goes on, maybe even more than that, because I got to get a lot of gratitude out. I'm very grateful for all the people in my life. I'm grateful for my brothers and my sisters. I'm grateful for the people who have opposing views. I'm grateful for everyone in my life that I can have a conversation with and discourse with and grow with. What I won't be doing today or any other day, what I won't be doing is I won't be silent. I won't be silent. I won't just stand by and let things happen. We will be communicating. I am in a position in my life where I can have a communication. I can have a conversation with folks and have it not be, craziness. Thank you for your support and for trusting me with all your real estate needs. Yes, ma'am. That is my girl right there. So I'm going to put to the comments just so you can see what I'm talking about. My gratitude text that I send out 25 at a time is thank you for your support and for trusting me with all of your real estate needs. Thank you very much, Michelle. What's up, Rob Moring? There's that Queens royalty right there. That's my cousin Rob. What's going on, my brother? I see you out there. Let's get this going. I hope everybody is safe. So I am starting the day with 432 contacts. And that is between my phone connections and my real estate connections and everything else that's going on there. I don't know what is going on and why this is steady on my banner right there. What is going on there? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What is happening? Mikey B, what's going on? I see you. Sherry Hayes Holmes. I do not know what's going on, Kazo. All right, let me just do something really quickly. I need to just test something out. Something is going on over here. I am going to put my promo up really quickly and see if that resets the camera. So on my end, all it looks like is my banner and nothing else. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you guys can see and hear. And let's face it, you don't need to see me. We can just talk and we can grow together. So this week it's been very difficult to get on the phones. It's been very difficult to get back to work. And so we are in overdrive, making sure that we make our contacts over the last few days and weeks. All the people that have been coaching with me, we have a fairly serious coaching scenario going on where we have probably about maybe 30 to 45 people, highly accountable agents, the wolf pack we tend to call them, who are doing some incredible things as far as production is concerned. They're making over 200 contacts a day. They're doing some amazing things when it comes down to their lead generation and their lead follow-up. The 200 contacts are turning to no less than 4 appointments a day. What's up, Mr. Reese? What's good? Yes, 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 y'all. Yes, we're here. We're doing well, Mr. Reese, Antonio, and we are growing and growing together. What's up, Ruth Rivera? I see you. All right, let's go. So, in order for us to grow, in order for us to push through, in order for us to develop, we are doing specific challenges. And those specific challenges are focused around setting appointments. What's up, Maria? Welcome to the party. Um, those challenges consist of making a minimum of 200 contacts a day. Yes, 200 contacts a day. Brand new agents, experienced agents, et cetera, et cetera. We are adapting to this new market, and this new market is definitely going to be a virtual one. It already is a virtual one. I don't know that we're ever going to go back to the quote unquote normal market. And to be honest with you, we weren't really too excited about the normal market anyway. We're going to go through the ceiling and show the world exactly how big we can make this and how much we can break this thing. What's up, Big John? Alicia, I see you. So while we're growing, moving on up, what's up? What's up? What's up? So while we are growing, what's going to happen is that we're going to have to work harder to work against whatever is going on in the world that's attempting to shut down our business. It's attempting to keep us out of focus, and it's attempting to keep us from growing. That means that my wolves, how do you say wolves are out there, and they are making contacts on a high level. They are saying to themselves, I do not care what's going on. I am going to look to help either my community or help my family or help my business grow by ignoring social norms and growing through and having my voice heard and doing what I have to do. So the 200 contacts a day is generating no less than 4 appointments a day. Now, does everybody set 4 appointments a day? No. Sometimes they fail at 3. Sometimes they fail at 2. These are appointments that are generating business for agents around the country. They're working together from the Long Beach all the way out to, Sonoma Valley and wine country out there in California, from Washington all the way down to Florida. And I don't mean DC, I mean the state down to Florida. I am getting on every morning with them, and we are lead generating together. We're discussing techniques. We are honing our skills so that we can help you with any and all of your real estate needs. We have decided that no matter what, the world must spin, and all of you deserve to have an agent like these guys, an agent like me, an agent like Milton, an agent like Marilyn, an agent like Athena and Abigail and Israel and Liz and Danielle and Shaq. You deserve to have agents like these folks, because they are the ones that kept their head down and kept grinding no matter what. They felt a way, they expressed themselves, and they got back to work, and they did it for you. So they did it just for you. I can't get in trouble for saying that, right? So we are going to rock and roll. So we were at 432 to start. We've got another 17 and another 24, 40, 46, 7, 8, 9, 50, 60, 67. So 432, 67, that's 9. So that we're at 499 right now to start with. Let me just throw that into the comment section. 499 to start with at 4:14 p.m. Perfect. So let's go, let's grow. I'm going to start my dialer. I am going to call back everyone that hung up on me this morning. Usually I reserve that for the next day. What's up? All right. I see you there. I see you there. Moving on up down in Florida, doing their thing. What's up, Vanessa Gonzalez? I see you. Big Mark. I just want to make sure that I am ready for you. You are ready to go. If you click on Mark, you can join me at any time. As soon as I see you into the studio, I'll push you through, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. I am going to do anything that I can in order to make sure that we promote the business, in order that we grow. Excuse me. I have discovered that I have an allergy that I did not know that I had. I am allergic to some sort of dust or pollen, and we will go there. Hey, I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Nick Krem. Right, so Nick is out of oh man, he's out of Ohio, but I don't want to do it justice. He's not out of Cincinnati. He's out of, oh man, I can't think of where he's out of. What's up, Vanessa Gonzalez? Big Manny Mitchum. What's going on? Vanessa Gonzalez has 10 contacts to the mix. All right, so we're at 509. Let's go, let's grow. Christopher McMahon, 4 appointments, 64 contacts, 1 lease. Jennifer has a new listing in Denville. Steve Zisk is on an appointment right now and working on a new rental listing in Bud Lake. What? What's up, Big Brian? I see you. Linda Glamma Stafford. What's going on, Mrs. Stafford? Chris McMahon, 4 more appointments, 4 leases pending, 2 listings. Jeez. And 64 contacts. Let's go for another 64. 73. 13. And so we're at 633 contacts this afternoon already. We are doing our thing. What's up, Manny Mitch? We have to talk. Yeah, we got to talk on the back end. I got you covered, brother. Anytime. Scott Somsell, Cincinnati. That's what it is. There you go. Thank you, Scott. I don't know why I couldn't think of Cincinnati. All right, big Scott Somsell, Real Estate Royalty, Nick Krem. I wanted to give a shout out to Nick because through everything, this brother has shown up to work. This brother has made it so that we are all able to work. He's helped us with our digital content. He is a content master. And what he said and did over the last week has been absolutely amazing. So I want to give him a shout out. He's been having conversations behind the scenes. He's been looking for ways to make sure that people can express themselves without being offensive. He's been looking for ways for people to express themselves so that they are heard. I absolutely love the kid. The man is amazing. I want to keep that energy going. All right, let's rock and roll from there. So, my dialer is going. Here we go. I got a message back. There we go. Keep hearing stories, business partners. Blah, 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 blah. Well, there we go. We have been doing a lot of virtual showings, a lot of virtual stuff, and it has been absolutely amazing. We have been letting people see from all over the place. What's up, Joe DeMare? What's big Joe? Krem is in Cleveland. All right, my fault. He's not in Cincinnati. He's in Cleveland. All right. It's one of the C's in Ohio. How about that? Krem, don't be mad at me, okay? Cleveland rocks. All right, let's go. Let's grow. But he is definitely a force of nature. We have been working on a really powerful program that we will be releasing this week. He and I will be talking tomorrow around noon. If you're around, we hope that you jump on. If you're a salesperson, if you're new to the business, if you're new, like everyone is new in this market, you're going to jump on. So it's 6:46 right now. 6:46 at 4:18 p.m. Let's get that on the screen. 646 contacts at 4:19 p.m. Boom. All right. Let us go. Let us grow. So I have just sent out another. What's up, Sean Chalice? I saw your message, Sean. You are doing some big things. You're more than welcome to jump on. If you want to jump on the show and discuss anything, just let me know, and I'll throw the link into the comments over there. Yeah, let's go. Let's grow. Thanks for the like and love. Mash that like and love button anytime you guys want to. You can certainly mash that like and love button, and we can grow it from there. I want to give a shout out to a lot of the allied resources that I've been working with. A lot of the folks that I've worked with have reached out and asked what they can do. And although we are not a monolith, I have been doing some what I think are some pretty excellent ideas of what they can do. Um, hold on a second. Good afternoon. How are you this afternoon? My name is Sekou. I'm with the DeVoe Group here at eXp Realty. How are you today? Nice to meet you. Listen, I am putting together a list of properties based on your search criteria on my site. And I just have a couple of questions for you, and then I'll let you go, okay? Awesome sauce. You're a renter, right? You are an owner. That's awesome. We have some pretty powerful programs specifically to talk about your listing power in this market and the virtual home selling and buying experience. How long have you been looking for a property? Uh-huh. You just started. Where are you looking to move to? Okay. Will you have to sell your place in order to pick up a new place? Mm-hmm. Yes. I've been running a campaign around the virtual home selling experience. It's pretty painless for the seller. Um, once we meet, and we can meet in cyberspace, we can meet on a Zoom or a FaceTime if you wish, and we define our strategy for getting sold. We put together a listing power presentation so you see exactly where we need to be on the market. Then we send a photographer out and we start rocking and rolling. Hmm. Well, why don't we do this? I'd rather discuss the strategy to get you sold. I use commission as a marketing tool. It doesn't really matter to me about what I get paid in unless we get you sold, right? So why don't we sit down and discuss some strategies, see if it makes sense for us to work together. I appreciate that. Really? You say 6 other real estate agents called you and no one's called you back. This is the bane of my existence. The last 5 people I worked with started with a conversation similar to this. Absolutely. It's something that is common. I work with a lot of realtors. There's a number of factors that could have caused that. I wouldn't fault them for it, but I'd be very happy to come in and show you our strategies. And if it makes sense to you, we'll move forward. And if not, then you can talk to some of those other agents. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect for me. Okay. Why don't we do this? What is your email? And then I can send you a link to my Zoom. What time is good for you? I have some time around 3 o'clock tomorrow. You're home all day? So why don't we say 3 p.m.? And I'll send it to this email. Let me just read this back to you. JPATR8. Uh-huh. All right, I will send that out to you immediately and we will get started. And assuming that it makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident that we can get this thing done, there shouldn't be anything that stops you from getting this house sold with us tomorrow, right? We could put anyone on that Zoom. If your parents need to be on that Zoom, they can be on that Zoom. Uh-huh. Okay, I will send you the link. You can actually send it to anyone that you want. I think it'll come better from you than from some stranger. It might wind up in their spam folder. And we will jump on the call at 3 and it'll be nice and informal, and assuming that it makes sense, I'll have some digital paperwork that you can sign and we can start immediately. Okay, we'll see. I'll talk to you at 3. That was very nice of you. Thank you. I am going to ring my bell. I'm doing my lead follow up, and every time I set an appointment, I ring a bell. Do you want to hear my bell? Right. Perfect. Thank you. You have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. That's one.
Boom.
What's up, Veronica?
What's up? How are you?
What's going on? You have been very, very busy, my sister. Let me just stop this dialer before somebody picks up while I'm talking to you, and they'll be like, "Who the hell are you talking to?"
Let me speak to them. No. You don't want to put me on the spot. I'll be like, hey, come to Florida. Yeah.
Man, you have been burning it up, man, down there. First of all, rep. Okay, congratulations. Y'all have been killing it. You are doing it. You are, let's see, you are like the best and baddest realtor in all of Florida. You are the rep, like queen goddess of rep. I don't know their official titles, but I'm gonna just go ahead and just bow down because you have been killing it.
Nah, man, the work. You know, you do your 2,000 contacts your way, right? I do my 2,000 contacts my way. But at the end of the day, it's the omnipresent. It's about being consistent and just, you know, continuing to pour back whatever it is you're focusing on. And for me, I'm just, you know, again, I'm blessed enough to be able to be trusted. So, you know, I got to lead from the front. And, you know, I'm not a secret agent. And, you know, same way you're over here consistently putting in the work, always doing your 2K Wednesday, being there for our team. We just want to be there for others in the industry. And I know you and I are on the same mission, right? We're on the mission to elevate the industry. And, you know, let people know that if I can, they can. So let's go. You know, success leaves clues. And, you know, we're just excited to just keep on pouring back. So for me, it doesn't feel like work. It's fun. What I'm doing is fun. So people say to me, "Oh my God, you're so busy. You're everywhere. You don't take a break. You're making me dizzy." Well, you know, you better buckle up because I'm not done yet. We're just now getting started.
And, let me give the folks some context here. Some of this bona fides. This is Veronica Figueroa. She is the CEO and leader of the Figueroa team in Orlando and beyond, Florida. I'm going to see if I can get her to do Fig Team up here in the Bronx and beyond. She leads a powerful team. So giving her props, being a great leader, all of the people that I've ever met in her universe, all of the people that are either on her team, affiliated with her team, growing with her team, are just at the highest level possible. It is one of those scenarios where the success that leaves clues is the very essence of the agents that you meet in her life. So I want to just acknowledge the fact that every single agent that is a part of the commitment to capping and is a part of growing with us and lead generating with us. We lead generate in the morning from 8 a.m. to 11. It's not an easy thing. You got me barking at everybody and doing that. Every single one of them has jumped in with both feet. And it is an absolute pleasure to be in business with you and working with you and growing with you. She's a shero and a CEO and a leader. And if you don't know her, you better get to know her now. All right.
Thank you, my friend. And thank you how you've blessed us. I mean, even during the pandemic, I remember hitting you up in the middle and I was like, hey, I need you. Can you hop on my 8:30 in the morning call, and just pour some life. And, our agents developed some new habits that they had not had to face before, because I'm not going to lie, we're an inbound team. We were blessed enough that the phone rings a lot this way, where, if I want to truly lead a team, I have to make sure that I'm helping build hunters and sharks, right?
Yes.
And there was during this time of pandemic, I went to my team and I was like, listen, I love you. I care about you, but I fear for some of you guys for, your habits sometimes aren't consistent. So let's do this. Let's recommit. And I'll never forget all the people that I would invite to my 8:30 in the morning call. They're like, are you guys crazy? It's still early. I'm like, are you kidding me? I feel like we're behind the ball. But
8:30 is late.
It's late. I'm like, we're so late, but we're still doing it, right? Whatever. And it's crazy because, last month we had one of our best months ever. And, we were able to execute 100 contracts during, what people would think would be a bad month. But it really comes down. It comes down to the habits and the things that you do every day for your team. Consistency. pushing outside of your comfort zone. You and I talked about the go for the no book, like more no's lead to more yeses, and get curious, ask questions, laugh at yourself. Take this. Why everybody take this business so serious? Why can't we just like have some fun with
have some fun, help some people, and grow? I want to introduce you to somebody. I don't know if you know him already. Do you know Sean Chalice?
I don't think so. Maybe we
Sean Chalice is a honey badger. He's right there with us. One of the monsters in the industry, a real estate legend up here in Hudson County. Okay, so Sean was out there. He's got that sniper focus, and he does his thing every single day. He's also a lead generating agent. What's up, Sean?
What's going on, brother?
Feeling good. This is Veronica Figueroa.
We met actually in at the Honey Badger party or whatever with those characters.
I love it. I'm sorry. So, it was the party I probably was talking.
EXP.
Yes, ma'am.
Was. Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Man. What's going on, man?
So here's the thing, man. I'm bringing folks on, and we're just started talking about things. I want to spotlight something that Veronica is doing and sort of present it to you, Sean.
Sure.
You are like me. We're in the trenches. We put our hands in the mud. We're out there prospecting. You know what I mean?
Right, man.
And Veronica put together the FT. How do you say the Figueroa Team TV? FTTV? How do you do it? FTTV. It is absolutely beautiful. They're doing amazing virtual tours and previews and open houses. Yep. It looks like what do they call it? FGTV quality production. It is beautiful. Veronica, what's going on with your social media and your broadcast, your virtual stuff? Tell us about that, and let's see if me and Sean could tear it apart. No, I'm just playing.
You can tear it apart. Let me tell you why you could tear it apart. Because I'm not looking for perfection. My thing was, let's put out there that it's 4 parts. For me, it's RARE. It's a acronym that I go by RARE, right? Is it, I'm a recruiter by nature, right? When I say recruiter, I mean, I'm always recruiting buyers and sellers and agents in my world. Okay. So when I say that, I'm prospecting. So is it going to put us out there in the recruiting field? Is it going to show authority in our market? Is it going to have retention? Is it going to, which is the most important R, is retention, right? Retention to our clients, retention to our agents. And is it giving us exposure, right? And for me, it was like, this was something I wanted to do, especially during these crazy times. Everybody started like just trying to get that mind share, because we all know mind share gets market share. Like, and I believe in, really being present. And like during this time that everybody was scrambling and it was scary, I knew I had to put my thinking hat on, and I said, okay, what do we want to do? We always want to be different. We like to be rare. We like to be different. But, the most important thing is taking action and executing. And I had all these things that I had to showcase, and I didn't know how I was going to showcase them. And I definitely didn't want to be the person on the Facebook Live with my, foggy ass camera and things are, shaking around. I really wanted to put out quality, but I didn't want to have to wait for perfection. So I just phoned a friend. I phoned a friend and said, hey, I have this idea. What if we can make it seem like, we're kind of like the ESPN of our market with broadcasting, our properties and I want it to be me. I want to turn the camera on my agents because they're the true rock stars. Because as a team leader, I get the privilege of working with some amazing people, and they were looking at me for answers. And I was like, don't worry, I got you. So it was just something that I did from, I think the pressure of what we went through pushed me to be creative, pushed me to, to really think about what am I looking to accomplish. Now this is turned into part of our listing presentation. We
yes, ma'am.
Seller, and we're like, hey, we do things differently. We pop it out and put in our pre-listing package, send it out to them, and they're like,
you know how they make diamonds?
Do I know how to make diamonds?
You know how they make diamonds? You know what
pressure, baby.
Pressure.
Yep. Hey, so wait, can I show them a one of these really quickly?
Absolutely. It's not perfect, but here we go. The suspense. Hi guys, we are back for another FTTV open house where we get to introduce one of our newest listings and one of our awesome open house specialists / listing specialists, the one and only Karen Witt.
Hello, hello.
Karen, welcome. I'm super excited for everyone to get to know you, to meet you, to hear from you, and you're going to walk us through this amazing house. My good friend, Karen Witt, very, very special agent on our team partner. Karen, tell us what you got going on here.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. You know, virtual is our new normal, so this is a very exciting way to be able to show and showcase the house. As you know, I used to love doing open houses. So this is our new normal for doing this. So I'm excited today to bring you our new listing, 9736 Royal Vista Avenue in Claremont.
Is this still available,
Had a very
Vic?
special
Veronica?
Conversation with the seller. He is a retired veteran, and after making
Nope,
Florida
sorry you missed it.
home for 20 years, him and his wife, after retiring, have decided to move out west. So excited and happy to be.
Sorry, this one is a special one that you said they did everything virtually, right?
Yeah, they did. So as you know, sellers now have different options and different ways of selling their home. So they did come to us in a new, unique way. And they were very concerned, obviously, with COVID and meeting in person. So yeah, I had a phone conversation with them the first time. But next time said, you know, we want to discuss further how we can help you. And we're going to do that virtually. So we set up a virtual listing
I'm just going to
appointment.
show a little bit of the property.
They some crown molding. They did go the extra step in this home and added some really nice touches to it. Bedrooms are carpet. You have two his and her master closet walk-ins. We're walking right into the master and see it, and you can play it, watch it with your, you know, leisure. And you know, I feel like I wish I would have panned in a little bit more on downtown Claremont. You can stop, have a bite to eat. You know, they have some unique shops over there, which is great.
So I'm just kind of going through and just previewing and showing
inventory.
all of the stuff.
Aaron is actually the one who manages.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is not only impressive, this is pretty damn powerful.
It's very powerful, man.
Very, very powerful.
Veronica, are you doing the photography of it, or is somebody else doing all that mess?
So we have an in-house photographer, and when he goes out there, part of his SOP or is we're going ahead and doing this for our agents. I would say for any agent that wants to do this, you know, this gives you the power to be the authority in your market. And the way we stream it on Facebook, and we also stream it on YouTube. But you could push this to your IG, you could push this to LinkedIn, you could really build your credibility. My thing is I wanted my listing partners and my agents to also see that I'm doing more for them, that I'm not just a broker sitting behind a desk or a team leader sitting behind a desk. I'm in the trenches with them. And then on top of that, you know, if you have listings, you know, send this to your to your sellers and let them know what you're doing for them, especially during these challenging times, and or your future listings. This type of open house will live beyond the listing you got, which will get you more listings, boosted, do whatever you got to do. And on top of that, use this same type of video series.
Presentation.
Yeah, the presentation is awesome.
So, you know, sometimes just, you know, and I'm not a big perfectionist or planner, but you know, this didn't take a lot of work. I just had to know who to call, just calling the right people. But I had this vision of like, this wasn't about me. This was about making sure that everybody we were showcasing, our agent and our property, shined. And that's the type of listing quality we want.
We're doing it a little bit differently, but same model is like Sekou just did on the phone with that guy. We'll set up an appointment. We'll do what we were trained to do 30 years ago. Which is dial, smile, grind. And now I'm starting to, I heard what you were talking about earlier is, you know, I'm now going toward more in the coaching space, and I'm still, you know, I'll still do 40, 50 units with me and one assistant, but working probably a 3-hour day or whatever in real estate. The rest of the time is now in coaching and mentoring. And what we're starting to do with people is say, okay, let's pre-qualify them. You know, COVID-19 gave us the luxury of being able to really do what we've always done, which is read them the pre-qual script the right way. and say, hey, Sekou, if what I say what I say makes sense, and you're confident, comfortable, you're going to hire me when I come out to see you. You're going to meet me at the property with a check, right? Okay, good. If you're not, and if you even hiccup, I'm going to say, let's go back and let me understand again why you want to move. So, we're closing 98% of the people that we show a property to right now. Right. And I've said it for, Sekou knows me for years in Hoboken. I'd sell 75 houses, do 5 buyer deals a year.
Yep.
Work 4.5
No
days.
nonsense.
I was a ghost, for 20 years, I was a ghost. But, then I realized how much money I left on the table by not doing those transactions. And then I started to, it's taken me a long time to kind of, and I think Sekou's asked me some questions over the years that actually helped me to understand, the new generation really doesn't want to become us. It's not attractive. It's not attractive to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and grind and study your script, study your dialogues. But they'd much rather learn how to, take a lead once you've got it cultivated and close it. And I think that's where we add value. Like somebody like yourself is saying, hey, I'm going to actually tee this up for you. All you got to do is get in the way. One of the ways we're doing it now is we'll actually go to, how on Zoom, when you actually do speaker mode, it takes over the whole screen, right? Yeah. So we take one of these cameras, which is a Mevo camera. We put that on a tripod in the biggest part of the house so that you get the most exposure. And these things have really good sound quality. They also have really good wide angle lens. And then what we do is we have the agent that's hosting the open house. When you come on to the open house, on the virtual open house on Facebook, they'll say, oh, let me take you for a walk through the house. And then they open up their handheld on their phone, and they'll actually come on to it on the Zoom on their handheld. But when they start talking, because they're in speaker mode, it actually takes over the whole screen. So that person actually walks through and answers the questions, answers the chat, does the comments. And what's interesting about that is because of the algorithm on Facebook, we've gone from like having a couple, maybe 20 or 30 people show up to now 3,000 and 4,000.
Wow.
Yes.
And you can scale that. That's the thing, is like we're learning so much during these times, and I appreciate what you said, Sean. Listen, I've been doing this for a while, belly to belly, knocking on doors and grinding, but it's not sexy anymore. And not to say that we're not working, because we're still working, but there's got to be a way that we could scale our business and continue to build on the benefits and the perks that technology have given us, where we can be in more places at once. So I think it's really great that people are embracing technology. I mean, look, we're here today. I feel like I've never met Sekou in person, but I feel like we have connected in a way that all he has to do is text me and I'm there. And a second.
So watch this, right? So something that you said a little earlier, Veronica, you said that while you were, and I'm talking about something that you said on your video, on your tour video. During the tour video, you said, I wish that I had shot it a little differently. I wish that I had panned a little slower. You are giving people what they would get in person. You're giving them the human being. Sean, your guy or gal walking through the property, taking over the screen, they're getting what they would get in person. They get real people.
They don't want the perfect video. The imperfection in the video is the value of the video.
That's right. My man Dave Finale always says the imperfection is the connection.
If you ever listen to people that do presentations, it's tell a story, tell them why you're like them. Show them you're imperfect. Show them you just walk through the house trying to fumble your way through it, but get their house sold. Then give them a hook and then close them. And you're doing all that in the video so that by the time they show up, they're already closed.
They're already closed.
And Veronica, I agree with you. What we're doing now is, or what I'm doing with my team is, we're taking the old school tactics. Like my company's called RI Squared. It's really intelligent information. What we're doing is taking the tactical information and the tactical skills, the tactical dialogues and all that stuff, and then taking the artificial intelligence and putting it together and actually giving you really intelligent information. So instead of like what we used to do was Sekou had gotten the phone calls from me. I would call through the town of Hoboken 4 times a year.
Yes, sir.
Go through one end, turn around and go back again. And now I figured out how to leverage that and do that probably in 2 days with technology and different leverage points. And, and now, like you said, about getting it to come inbound, when it's coming inbound, it's a lot easier to manage and a lot easier to communicate your message because people want to listen to it. You're not trying to jam it down their throat and find out who wants to listen and who doesn't. You're actually only talking to the people that want to listen, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
Which is really the guy that I just closed just now, that appointment I just set, was based on an inbound.
Yeah.
He clicked on the link based on one of our virtuals, and then it just turned into a great conversation just now. A lot easier. Let me ask you this, Sean, right? So your folks that are doing your virtuals, you have an agent at the property. Are you doing more than one virtual at the same time?
We did. Really what we did was we took the Woods Dave, like, ironically enough, and here's the here's the real truth be told, right? And Sekou knows me long enough. I was trained that open houses don't work. So I did over 1,000 transactions in 20 something years. And I can count on both hands how many open houses I did, personally. And I was of the mind that they just don't work. People don't show up, blah, blah, blah. And then I was working with Woods Davis and Michael Reese on their open house funnel. And you know those guys, Veronica. And we did exactly what the model said. Go figure, between what they taught me and then what I could actually do on my side from the technology side and the leverage side. We had 40 people show up to an open house in the middle of God's country. And then the next day had 60 people more show up and converted 4 transactions out of that mess. So I instantly became a believer again in that model. And right after that, all of a sudden, the governor of New Jersey said, okay, we're not doing that anymore. And I was like, shit, now what do I do? I spent 25 years getting this figured out, dude. What are you doing? So we actually came up with, what we did is took a step backwards and put on a whiteboard all the things that take place in the real estate transaction and what pieces of that puzzle have to be in person and what pieces don't. And where could we replace the in-person piece with a virtual? And I mean, Sekou knows an attorney we deal with, Marty Egan. We did a transaction with him. And I said, dude, you realize that my assistant has done 300 transactions with your assistant? And they never met. The only time they ever met was to bring her a bottle of wine the day she retired. I mean,
Figs, we got to do, all of our closings up here are attorney closings.
Yeah.
So, we got to have that chat up between our assistant and the what do they call it? A paralegal or their
title company.
Yeah, the gatekeeper.
Is it a title company?
Title company
in Florida.
Yeah, they're title closed down there, right? Yeah. So let me ask you this, right? Both of you, and so this is really important to me because I'm talking to agents that are still like skeptical, right, about virtual, right? And do you feel that now moving forward, even as things open up, there's going to be more and more of us that are sticking with virtual, maybe even preferring virtual before we hit the property. How do you feel about that?
Hands down. I mean, I just had a meeting with another team out in Texas, and there's the traditional, what we would consider old school now,
right?
But there are things that we're not going to go back to doing. Like, why weren't we doing these? And even if they are in person, we better package that up and make it virtual because it can live beyond, right? Yep. And it's, again, growing that library. Remember that authority, that exposure. And by the time people are calling you, they feel like they know you. They know what they can expect. They know you're doing more. For us, we're gonna definitely continue it. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as life continues to change and evolve in our industry, don't be shocked that commission compression is going to force you to do more virtual stuff where you're like, hey, listen, I got this program and I got this program, and that can be super light. Sometimes you go over people's heads, but I monitor the industry a lot. And I think virtual is here to stay.
I agree. We met each other working in a town called Hoboken, which is a mile square. Right, has 63 offices in a mile square with 210 bars, 150 cops, and and 3,500 agents. So when people would come to say to me, "Hey, it's competitive where I work," I mean, you don't get it, and I'm like, dude, there's fucking 3,500 agents in my town. Excuse my French, but you're just trying to scramble to get a piece of the market, never mind a deal. So, but to go back to the virtual versus not, I mean, I don't know if Sekou even remembers this, but when I first opened my office in Jersey City, I started using lock boxes. And back in the day when you showed property in Hoboken, you had to go from office to office and pick up the keys
and hope that they were there.
Bring all the keys back, and you inevitably had a set of keys that would fall between the seat of your car. And some agent would be calling you up, screaming and hollering the next day, saying, "What are you doing? Oh my God!" And I still remember it. That like when I put in place I don't know if you guys use it in Florida. It's called showing time. When I first started working at this other company, Brand X, I put showing time in place, and the company, the president or the owner of the company came in my office and goes, "Who the hell do you think you are? What the hell are you doing?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, really? Are you paying attention? Like the rest of the country is doing this, dude. Yeah. So
nobody's gonna use that.
Yeah.
Oh, DocuSign. I sent back my contract, and they called me and said this isn't legal. And I said, "Did you read the bottom of the contract where it says approved by the FTC?" Like we were the first, and by the way, 6 months later, they rolled it out as a company policy, within like out of like 500 offices. And I'm like, really? So
Sean, check it out. I mean, like, here's the thing. Everybody that says that something isn't going to work is a naysayer. Where else is that showing up in their life? Or where else is that showing up? Because mind you, 3 years ago, I was getting pretty much beat up in the industry because I partaked in an iBuyer program that everybody said that'll never work. That'll never work. Now everybody has an iBuyer program. So it's just crazy how
I'll say, I will tell you this, probably 10 years ago when Skype just got pretty popular and it was pretty fast. I worked with a lot of international clients that were like from like different trading firms and stuff like that on Wall Street. So we would actually pre-sell the customer on Skype from Germany and Switzerland and all that. And the day they got off the plane, we would pick them up in Newark, take them to the property. They go, "Yep, this is it. This is exactly what I saw." And they'd sign the contract. And I'd actually have the contract waiting for them. And then I got really good at it. I would actually have my assistant pick them up at the airport, take them, and bring them back to my office and line them up on like ducks and just go, "Here, sign this, sign this." So we were doing the virtual presentation. And in those markets where you have like a vertical market, I would say, "Hey, Sekou, you have the one with the blue kitchen or the red kitchen?" You go, "Oh, the red kitchen." Okay, you have the upgrade then. And they'd be like, "Do you need to see it?" I'm like, "No, we don't need to see it. Just leave the doorman with the keys with the doorman. We'll get it sold for you."
We're done.
25% of what we sold back, I would say between 2005 and 2012, I never saw it. I never went to it. I never saw it. I never went to go see it. And I still got paid a full commission, by the way. So
yes, sir.
I believe you're right on there's going to be agents that are going to get compressed, and there's other agents that are going to get, when you squeeze the tube of toothpaste and the stuff goes like this, there's going to be other people where they're going to go like this. And I consider myself to be one of those people where anytime there's a shift in the market or a change in the market, because I've been doing it for so long, I can see the storm coming so far across the beach that I can shift far before the storm gets here. And those are the people, I believe, that the people that can actually accept change, embrace change, and change with the market, even if they're changing behind it, but at least accept it. I think those are going to be your leaders, and those are going to be the people that are, when you build a team, there's people that either step up or step out from intimidation or fear or concern. I think, this is, like I said before, when you were talking about it, compressing, that's how you make a diamond, man. You squeeze the shit out of it until it pops, and then all of a sudden you get this really beautiful diamond that's worth millions of dollars. So, kudos.
Finale says,
I don't.
Finale says,
you're the new school version of. I'm basically taking the old school techniques and jamming them into a new school box
and compressing it.
You're taking the new school techniques and put them in your new school box and saying, "Hey, man, we're just going to run with this and go with it."
Well, check this out. Finale says in agreements to you. Finale says, "Skeptical schmectical, do it or get left behind."
Yes.
And that is powerhouse right there.
You know what? You got Veronica, I'll give you credit to the point that, for years, right? I worked with guys like, some of the guys we know, Patrick Southern and Jeff Quinton and those guys who do hundreds and hundreds of deals and then retired or built a team or whatever. And my wife would say, "You're smarter than these guys. Why are they so much better than you?" And I go, I took this model and I can reinvent it and I can do this and I can do that. And by the time I would get done screwing around with it, that model was already gone and it was no longer effective. and they've already made the
taking
money.
action.
Now they're on to the next gizmo. And what's funny is I was always trying to perfect something that really wasn't perfected when it was first launched.
You know, Nick Krem said it best today. There's good, there's better, and there's best. All you have to do is worry about being good.
Just be okay. I'd be okay with okay. I don't even have to be good anymore.
Take action. Listen, guys, I gotta show one of my sponsors, one of my great friends. Don't go anywhere. I want to do this really quickly.
I got a hop, man.
No, but don't go anywhere just for 2 seconds.
All right, man.
Making money and growing wealth is challenging even in the best of times. But in this new and uncharted economic environment that we suddenly find ourselves in, it can feel overwhelming and impossible just to find a place to start. If you think you would benefit from an experienced mentor and a group of like-minded people willing to share their vast experience and hold you accountable, then please join my Facebook group called Insiders Group Inc. Every week, we post the latest tips, strategies, and information on real estate investing, entrepreneurship, portfolio investing, and basic financial fundamentals that you need to know. It's free, it's easy. All you have to do is request membership and answer a few questions and join us on this road to financial freedom.
Awesome. I want to let Veronica know that I love her to death. Veronica, I know you got to go. I have Vanessa Lott that says, ask Veronica about when I met her. She had no clue of the powerhouse that you are. So your message is spread far and wide. And I asked her to come on just 2 minutes before she popped in, and she always performs at like the highest level possible. So I want to say, before you go, I want to know, when people are moving to Florida, how do they reach you? What are we looking for, and how do we stay in your universe?
Anyone that wants to refer clients to Figueroa Team, you can just find us figueroateam.com or veronicainspires.com. You can text me, you can call me there. You can hop on my calendar if you ever want to just chop it up. I make myself visible just so that we can have a connection. So hit me up any way that works best for you. We'd love to serve your referrals and also just, collaborate.
Figs, we love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. You're always welcome in my world. And I hope I add value to your world.
Oh my God.
Go on and do your thing. I know you're busy. You're rocking and rolling. Sean, will you hang out with me for a little while?
Just for 2 minutes. So long, Veronica, man. We'll talk soon.
All right. Nice. Yeah, just for a few minutes. So Chalice, you have never, ever disappointed me. You always surprise me. You always come with new stuff. To know that Sean Chalice, the man in the machine put together, is molding his business around this new environment with the virtual tours and things like that is refreshing for me. Right. And I'm going to tell you what I've been telling these new agents that I've been working with. I'm like, this quarantine, Corona makes us all new agents. And if you pay attention,
it's not new. There's nothing new about it, man.
If you just pay attention to the agents that are doing it.
Only 10% of what we do is fucking excuse my French, in person.
I speak French.
It's only, 10% of it's in person. The rest of it is virtual.
I dig the fact that you put it on a whiteboard and you spread out and you said, okay, what of these things that we do are actually things that we need to do in person? That is a brilliant way to look at that. That's I'm adding that to my coaching, if you don't mind. That's going to be a great R&D.
We're, I do some coaching with some mortgage reps and stuff. And in a conversation I did with them, I realized just how powerful it was that we're going to roll it out. We're doing it. We're doing an event tomorrow on Facebook or whatever. But, the content of that is something that I was taught years ago. And it's not the new shiny website. It's not the new secret widget. it's an old school approach to getting your head right, which is, what's his name? Zig Ziglar used to say, let's get a neck up, let's get a head, let's get a checkup from the neck up. I'm
Yes,
sure
sir.
Finale would remember him, when he was coaching and stuff. And, the reality is that, when they go to catch monkeys, I mean, I don't know if you ever heard of this, but when they go to catch a monkey, they actually put like a banana in a little basket. And if you try to catch a monkey when he's running around all over the place, you're not going to get his dumb ass. But if you stick a banana in the basket and then the monkey goes and grabs it, he just runs around and he's trying to climb a tree with the basket. And what's funny is, the guys, the capturers, just walk over there and they grab the basket and throw them in the back of the truck. What are you hanging on to right now? What part of our business, like, I'm going to wait because I want to be able to physically take somebody through the door? I'm going to wait because I want to wait for it to be a perfect world again. I got news for you. This is our world. We're not, whether I don't know if most people don't even realize it. Hey, June 1st just passed. 6 months, man. And have you ever, let me ask you a question, Sekou. How many years you been in business?
20.
20.
22
have
now. Shit.
Have you ever had a year that you remember that something didn't happen where at the end of the year you went, well, this happened that year. Well, I moved companies that year. My house blew up that year. My girlfriend
There's
left.
always something.
Right.
There's never a year where there's not something.
There was always one, there's always one tragedy or one great thing, or, I got married that year or whatever, that could be a distraction. And I think, what you guys are really good at is helping people stay focused, stay between the lines, even when a distraction happens.
Yes, sir.
The biggest thing between the most successful drivers that drive race cars and the ones that don't are, like the amateurs, they hit, they're like me on a motorcycle is probably the scariest thought ever is taking my Ritalin and getting on a motorcycle, and seeing a squirrel go by. You think I'm kidding, dude. Yeah.
Dude, when I think of you, man, I think of laser focus. I'm not gonna joke with you. I'm not gonna pretend that I don't, man. When I think of Sean at work, I think
takes a lot of chemicals, man.
I hear that, brother. I'm gonna do the same, man. The where we are now in this universe, it allows us to make a mess.
People have got to get it in their head that the road is bumpy. There is no perfect flat road. And the faster that you can figure out how to ride over the bumps and course correct, the more successful you'll be. And I think that's the key. And that the hardest piece of that whole puzzle is what I'm starting to learn is having people accept change, embrace it, as opposed to, have you guys ever heard of I can't remember the expression. It's small conversation when you're talking about others. It's small minds
discuss others.
That's it.
And then
small
whatever the other part of that is.
Yeah, I forget the other side of it.
You get that. My Ritalin's not kicking in, brother.
Yeah. It's like, when you start to have conversations like Matt would always say, without using the words I or me, you start to really become presently aware of what's going on around you. And you start to come from service versus, and again, we talked about it. The biggest shift that I've made over the years is not grinding, but aligning, making, 10% of the contacts I used to make to get the same amount of business or more, because I'm listening more in the conversation for an opportunity versus talking more, which sounds unusual for a guy like me who always talks. But
for a guy like both of us, tell you what. So I align in alignment to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I have, instead of looking for a win in every conversation, I'm looking for the conversation to go in the direction that it needs to go in. I need you to be a no. I need you to just not be ready now so that I don't have 200 people that I'm talking to. I need you to be easy.
It's I would agree to disagree on one piece.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten better at using removing the word need out of my vocabulary.
Right. Exactly.
It's kind of like wanting versus needing, kind of like grinding versus aligning. forceful, those forceful ways and forceful, because we play the way we practice.
Right.
And words have funny meanings to them, but the words actually create our reality. So our brain, if you close your eyes, your brain doesn't know whatever you're saying, your brain is interpreting it. And I'll give you a great example of this. I was doing some training with a guy who I work with, who works on my team, and there's one guy that was 24 and the other guy's like 17. And the 24-year-old guy, I go, listen, Krill, you got to get your head out of your ass and stop focusing on this and this and this. Just focus on what they need, not what they want. And then you'll be able to give them what they need. Right. And he's like, okay, and then, what I'm saying, you have to realize your filter, because of what your filter says, your filter is saying numbers, numbers, numbers. And what they're really saying is, I want to buy a home. I want to buy a home. I said, you need to focus on what they're seeing, not what you're seeing. So he goes, okay, great. And he's like really coachable, so he gets it. So the next day we're doing our huddle call, and Krill goes, hey, Sean, you should share with Tony the same thing you shared with me. And I said, well, I got to be honest with you, Krill, he doesn't have that problem. And he was like, and I'm like, listen, I don't want you to take it personally, but you have 24 years worth of filter in your skull that if I say it's blue, your brain goes, is it light blue, dark blue, gray blue? And I said, he's 17. His filter's only this big. He's like, he's like a sponge. So I think that's part of, and that's where, like hiring agents, Tony DeCello always told me, he said, hire agents that have been in the business 1 to 2 years. And I'm like, why is that? And he goes, well, they know how to do a contract. They know the lingo. They know what you're talking about. You don't have to re-educate them on the basics, but they're not smart. They're not overly smart about how they do stuff to where they're not coachable. So.
I'm gonna say one of the greatest phrases I've ever heard, and Veronica just said it to me not too long ago, is that she'll take will over skill any day.
That's awesome.
And
absolutely. Skill you can teach, I believe. I will say this, Monica Reynolds was my coach years ago.
Wow.
Probably 20 years ago. And it was when I was opening my office, and I kept saying to her, Monica, I've taught this person how to do this like 4 times. And finally she just goes, Sean, you just can't train dumb. Sometimes you just, they're just not the right person, but at the same time, she would always ask the question, do they have a desire, or are they passionate about what they do? Or are you forcing them to do it?
Yes, sir.
And I have that conversation with people I mentor and coach, which is, you're either motivated or you're inspired. And they're like, well, what's the difference? And I'm like, well, motivation is kind of like the gas in the car. It eventually runs out. When you get done achieving that short-term goal, the gas runs out and you're done and you go back to sleep, or, it's kind of like the people that have the January 1st commitment that lasts.
I'm going to get into shape.
Right. And that lasts until about the 5th of January. But when you're inspired and, and you're doing it when nobody's looking, that's when it, that's that's how I define discipline.
Yes, sir.
Doing it when nobody's watching.
We talk about it in our coaching, in our dealer day coaching. We talk about it. The obsession with perfection is the ability to make a mess and correct it, not to get it right before you start. Right. And that is the energy that you're talking about, man. It's just
ever tell you how they how snipers learn to shoot?
Please break it down for me, brother.
It's not complicated. There's a guy sitting next to you, and the guy goes, okay, shoot. And you're like, do I aim? No, shoot.
No.
Okay. That one hit 3 feet to the left of the target. Okay, adjust. That one hit 4 inches from the target. Okay, adjust. Okay, that's a bullseye. As opposed to, you remember when I had my office in Jersey City?
Yes, sir.
The mortgage guy sent over one of the mortgage reps to work with us, right? And to work on our past customers. And I had stand-up workstations, 2 phones on each one. And the guy came in and he's like, I got to fix my hair and I got to do this. And I got to get my pencils. And I go, dude, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm getting ready to get ready. I said, okay. So after I put the headset on him and I take the handset off, I dial the phone. He goes, okay. Then he puts the handset back. by the time I got back to my desk, he's like fixing his desk again. So finally, I just said, dude, what's up?
What's going on?
Finally, I unplugged the handsets off the wire and threw them across the room. And I said, you hear that buzzing noise in your ear, dude? And he goes, yeah. Oh my God. I go, well, if you dial, that goes away. Just dial the phone for Christ's sakes.
Right.
Just stop getting ready.
Good, better, best.
Get out of your way.
Good, better, best. Get out of your head and make a mess.
Yeah.
You gotta
right?
you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet, dude.
Damn right. Sean, man, it is an
Graham,
absolute pleasure, man.
I got a hop.
Dude, you are the best.
We'll talk to you
Sean
later,
Chalice,
man.
Real Estate Royalty. Wait, before you go, how did the audience, my audience is made up of consumers and agents and all of those other things. They want to do a deal with you. How do they get in contact with you, brother?
Easiest thing to do is, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me just about anywhere. But Sean Chalice, Google it, whatever. What I would implore you to do is if you're a business owner, if you're not in the real estate space and you're what I call serial entrepreneur, somebody who hasn't gotten a paycheck in a long time, but you get paid, is to go to our new group, which is Wealth Gen 10X. There's a public group and a private group. Go to the public one. It's Wealth Gen 10X. And basically, we're basically helping serial entrepreneurs to basically connect the dots between their passion and their purpose and get it delivered to their customers.
My man, 50 grand, Sean Chalice, Real Estate Royalty, the sniper focused dude. We love you, brother. Have a great one, man.
Keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome, man. Krem, you're hanging out good at company, man.
What's up, man?
That's my man right there. Nick
Later,
Krem.
dude.
All right, later. What's up, Nick Krem?
My brother, how you doing?
Dude, I feel like I've been with you all day, man. You've been broadcasting all day. You've been doing that. I got to do a check-in real quick.
Yeah.
I got to say what's up to Bill Hagan and Steve Batista and Tia Kramer. What's going on? Jody Carpenter, Mark the Misfit, Mark Stein, Ryan Paltridge. That's that real estate and mortgage royalty right there. Sharice Sapp and Mark Bjorkman. What's going on? I want to make sure that I tell you guys this. This is awesome. We are at, and if I'm right about this. We are at 892 contacts right now.
That's an hour.
890.
Y'all are crushing
and
it.
This is just, natural organic contacts at, what is it, 5:06? What time is it? 5:00. It's 5:12. There we go.
Man, what's your picture? What's your profile picture on YouTube? It looks like you holding like a giant coffee mug. Is that it?
Yes, sir. And coffee is for closers, brother. And that is exactly what that is.
I see what you do.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me. Oh shoot, I messed that up real quick. Hold on, let me edit this. All right. So let me ask you a couple of questions, Mr. Nick Krem.
Shoot.
Mr. Master of Content, contentcards.com, nickkrem.com, Nick Krem University. It seems like you are diversified, my brother. What is going on with you right now, man?
Man, that's a great question. No, we got a lot going on, but I'll tell you what, the one I'm really excited for, which will be rolling out, is Sekou Krem. That one has been hot off the press. We've been working on it, working on the back end, making sure it's getting done right. And I'm super excited to be rolling that one out. If you want to ask what I'm working on, it's that right there, Sekou Krem.
Listen, we've been doing some pretty powerful work right there. Yeah. It is designed for the virtual market. It's designed for the digital master agent. We will be just taking over the world and seeing what happens and see what breaks and doing some good things. We've been talking to some pretty powerful people, man. I noticed that you got NAREP down there. You are sharing content with them and growing with them. You've got your digital boot camp, your virtual boot camp, right? Am I saying it wrong?
No, that's right.
The virtual boot camp.
Yeah.
Helping agents. Of course, Sekou Krem.
Right.
You are you. If I may, you could quite possibly be the new guru of this virtual world, brother.
Yeah, I get the sentiment. I hate the word guru.
I got you.
that's like a personal thing, right? Because I feel like there's a guru for like this or that, you know what I mean? But I appreciate the sentiment where you're going with that. So for us, I mean, since the beginning of like when we did content cards and what we were doing with our digital business cards, which was a little over 2 years ago now, if you think about it, and now you're starting to see them pop up. Freaking everyone and their brother is starting to try to have one of those, right? Digital business cards, all these other services are popping up. Same thing with a lot of other things we're doing, and we take pride in making sure that we stay ahead of the curve, right? Like we test out. We want to be the battlegrounds, the testing grounds for all the new stuff, and thankfully we have some people that we work with as well that are like, yeah, man, roll it out with us. We want to be the first ones to use it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Guess what? When it works damn well, we're going to roll it out to everybody else, right? So that's why when you see something new, it's because we tried something and it works. Or it's because we have a great partnership with somebody who's crushing the calling, we're crushing the content, and then synchronizing the both like I've never seen before, right? I always hear like, here's a calling boot camp, here's a content boot camp. But what do you want to do if you want to have both, right? And that's what everybody needs. Everybody needs to have both in their business. They want to survive.
It's an addition market. It's not a subtractor market.
Exactly. And the thing is, like most of the time, it's like, here's a whole boot camp that's going to take your full time and attention to even complete it. Here's another one, but you need to spend equal time in the whole day. So it just doesn't make sense. So that's why we want to decide to collab and be like, look, we get that you want to grow your business, but we also understand you have a business. Here are the action steps you need to do. Here's how you need to do it in the order so you can still
open up another window and do it.
Exactly. But hey, well, we always say we're doing this on Tuesday, Sekou. We'll help you with speed and precision. We'll help you do the right things faster in the right order.
This is funny, right? So my language has changed since I started working with Nick. All you guys out there, right? So I'm like, let's go, let's grow, right? And we make contacts and we turn contacts into contracts, and that was all cute.
Yeah.
This man coined the phrase that will be like on the masthead of whatever ship we blow up. The only difference between a contact and a contract is the R.
Yep.
The relationship.
Yeah.
Dude, that is yours, man. That is a Nick Krem-ism. Talk to me for a second about the idea of content and content cards, if you will. Right? I know about calls. I got to make 25 of them every hour in order to do my number. Talk to me about content so the people can understand.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, it's it all goes around with the concept of, like, let's think about it this way. If you're having a random stranger, you don't know what they really look like. You only kind of know what they sound like from the phone. Like a stranger that might be popping up to your home to come on an appointment, right? You're probably still going to open the door because you're expecting someone, but no matter who they are, what they look like, you're gonna be like, I don't know. It doesn't sound like the person on the phone. But when you utilize your content, when you utilize your content cards, when you utilize a lot of other sources, you're going to be sending them videos of you. You're going to be sending them pictures of you. They're going to be getting information. They're going to watch a video or two to know your personality. So now they're going to open, like they see you walking up, they're like, boom, the door kicks open. Sekou, what's going on? They don't know exactly who it is, why you're walking up. So content is really a huge connector to build those relationships, right? Like, I don't know about you, but I love when people greet me like, hey, Nick, how's it going? Instead of, who are you?
Who's this?
Yeah.
Why are you in my house?
Right.
you coined a phrase for me. I don't know if it's a direct quote from you, but I give you all the props and praise for it. It's you name the puppy. And the content really makes it easy to name the puppy. We're not gonna give too much away, guys. You gotta, come and get the series and stuff like that. But with Nick, right? So I got introduced to Nick. Yeah. I was with my good buddy Chris Tata. And like he's posting stuff and he's posting this very cool business card, like this thing. And I'm like, this is cool. We're on the same team. How come I don't know about this? Like, how did you get this? And I want this. And he just sends me 2 words, Nick Krem. And I'm like, what's that? And so I do the millennial thing. Right. I Google that shit, right? I GTS. Yeah. And Nick, within 24 hours, had Sekou piled out work up and running. And he was actually waiting for me. He was like, dude, you said you was going to record a video. You said you was going to do this. And I was like, wait, like, now? You want me to do it now? He's like, yeah, I'm going to do it now. Right. And just been friends ever since, man, and has worked with some of the greatest agents in the world. Can you, and I know I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you tell me what the best project that you've worked on besides us? I know it's us, But what's the best project that you've worked like you had the most fun doing and what have you?
So I'm not gonna say the name yet
Gotcha.
because let me get to this. We're releasing it and they haven't made their announcement yet. But let's just say there's this couple that we've been working on their book with, right?
I know
think
that
they
couple
know
well.
that couple, but I don't want to release it yet. We're
Not
getting
yet.
close to releasing it. I'll tell you what, there's this couple we've been working on this book with, and it's when I first went down and visited them, I was like, I spent a lot of time with them, right? A lot of time. And we tell them all the time too, just for everybody out there that says like, oh, I want to write a book, come to me. We are very, very, very selective of who we want to work on this project with. But we're not saying that's not a sales pitch. We are very selective of who we really want to work with because we spend a lot of time with it. It's very personal, and there's a lot that goes into it. But I'll tell you what, I heard their story when I was down there, right? I heard their story from both perspectives, and I'm like, man, people need to hear that, right? People need to hear that story. People need to know what you guys have been going through, like what happens behind the scenes, because I think it can solve a huge problem in real estate. But we've been working on this book with them for the better part of, about 3 months now, I would say. 3 months, maybe even 4 months. And it's just been an absolute pleasure to hear their story, but not only hear their story, but bring it to life. Bring it to life so that other people are going to be able to hear it as well. I would say, bar none, that's been my favorite project to this date. Because that's one thing we love doing, man. We love taking people's stories. We love taking people's messages and bringing it to life, bringing it to the kids, bringing it to everybody out there. You know,
well, listen,
like a message is.
I know the couple you're talking to.
Yeah.
I know the couple you're talking about,
yeah.
And I can absolutely see exactly what you're saying. Like I can absolutely ride that wave 5 by 5.
Yeah.
Know exactly what you're talking about, brother.
Right. And the thing is, a message, you can have the best message in the world, but if there are no butts and seats to listen to it, does it get heard? You know, if there's nobody there to listen to your message, you can have the best message in the world, but it doesn't matter if you can't get your butts and seats. And that's one thing we love to do is we love to put butts and seats for those right people with that great message to share with the world. By golly, we're going to get you the world, right? And that's what we want to do.
I've been quoting you lately, talking about, you know, all of you guys are out there. You're competing with booties and babies for attention, and and I tell you what, you guys do a really, really good job of getting the attention and getting folks to be a part of your universe. I want to run our little burner, our little sizzler. You have a longer one that I'm going to try to figure out how to do IGTV.
Okay.
I'm still clunky with this. And so watch this, guys. Krem is like, I'm a little insulted. I'm like, what? He's like, you won't just jump into my calendar and get me to help you. And I'm here for you. I'm like, oh, well, that would mean that I was going to do something that made sense.
Right.
I was going to do something easy instead of doing something the hard way. Right. So I'm going to play our burner really quickly, and then we'll be back in a sec.
No, that ain't the short one. You got the whole one right there. That's
a good one right there, man.
Right there, yeah.
That's a good one right there. Yeah. So tomorrow at noon, you and I are going to be sitting down and talking. We'll be going over some of our content. And you know, if you're a salesperson out there, you're a new agent, experienced agent, and you want to go ahead and hop on that, we're going to broadcast it through your page, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and friend Nick Krem right now. Just find him and friend him.
Yeah.
Let's see if he still has space. I don't know. He's probably well over 5,000 people. But, you know.
Page, so as many people as you want can hop on there.
There you go. There you go. I wanted to spend a few minutes and I'm not going to corner this brother. I'm going to let him know that I am commending him for the energy and work that he put in the last week. You know, he's been incredibly sensitive to the fact that I was having a hard time with what was going on. Yeah. And some of the things that you said to me during that time, man, it was pretty powerful. Nick is a young dude and he's got a lot of energy and he wanted to have a conversation and he wanted to grow the business. And he also wanted to be respectful of all of the energy that was going on at the same time. So I take my hat off to you, man, and I salute you for really, really, really being a part of the conversation.
Yeah.
And I love you for it, brother. And as my brother and as a business partner, you know, there's nothing that we can't talk about, bro. And we'll do it anytime.
No,
right?
I really do appreciate that. And if for me, I know we've talked about this too, like a lot, like behind the scenes, and we also wanted to say something on the scenes. So here is the opportunity, right? For me, I think it really came down to, I always like trying to put something in terms of something I can somewhat understand that's comprehensible, right? Because this is a situation where I can't ever sit here and be like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Right? Yeah. I grew up the same way. It's just a lie. It's just not true, right? And it can never be. Right. For me, as coming from my perspective, what people need to do, like I equate it to business. Like in real estate, like everybody always commends themselves for getting uncomfortable, and that's the only way you can grow, right? It's getting uncomfortable, getting out of your comfort zone. Well, guess what? This conversation between people who didn't grow up the same way, figuring out what you don't understand is not comfortable. The only way for us to continue to grow as a society and hell as white men would be to have that uncomfortable conversation and being open to being wrong. I think those are two things that I pride myself on in business, but I try and do as well, like on outside of business, on personal issues, on human rights issues, which it is. And for me, it's being open to being wrong about a situation. It's because you thought something one way your whole life doesn't mean that's the truth. Doesn't mean that's right. And on top of that too, like we said, we in business, we in almost anything, like the only way to grow is to be uncomfortable. Well, guess what? We're taught not to talk about the three biggest issues that cause the three biggest issues in today's day and age: race, religion, and politics. And right now,
we're taught to not say that.
We're told to not talk about these things. Yet, in reality, the wars that have been raging since the beginning of time have been because of those three things. And now we're not supposed to talk about it. Like, we're taught not to talk about it. Somebody has a different opinion. Now we're just supposed to be like, oh, no. We don't want to talk about that right now. And then the issue gets kicked under the rug, and here the hell we are. Right.
And here we are.
The same problems have been happening in American culture, especially for hundreds of years. This hasn't been just like a recent issue. It's gotten better, which is crazy, if anything, than 20 years ago, like 40 years ago. And that's crazy to even say. If you watch the video, if you see what's happening, that it's gotten better.
It's gotten much better.
In light of recent events, you might be like, you're crazy. But look what's happened 50 years ago. And 50 years is not that long ago, guys. Just look at a history book and see what was happening 50 years ago. The difference, and I think Will Smith said, he's like, the difference is it's on video now. So you see it, right? But it's not going to go away without having conversations. It's not going to happen.
Well, I think you make an incredible point, right? And so it's something that is not said often enough. And I think it's the willingness to be wrong. It's the willingness to have an idea for X amount of decades and still learn. And so when we talk, when things are great and things are positive, when we talk, we say things like, well, I'm always in a state of learning and I'm always open to learning and things like that. The essence of being in a state of learning is the actual willingness to be wrong, is to not be right. And I think that is pretty much the essence of where we are right now. Like, everyone is formed up on their side, right? There's a side, and my side is right because 20 years ago, I decided that this is what the thing is,
right?
Regardless of the fact that the whole world is evolving. The whole world is evolving, and whoever you are, that you're stuck in that place from 20 years ago, it's not going to be beneficial to you. I see Finale says, I'm always wrong. You both are the MMLs, the man, the myth, the legend. No, brother, I'm learning from you too, man. And I've been quite fortunate to have a voice during this whole thing. Yeah. Right. I've been very, very fortunate. I will tell you that a few years ago, not very long ago, I would have never, ever put on my page anything like this if I wanted to continue to do business. And I think that where we are as a society right now is, I think there may be a willingness to be wrong.
Yeah.
Just a willingness to be wrong.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Taking a turn that way. And like we discussed before this too, it's like we're in a position where we're both self-made, if you will, where it's like I don't have to answer to anybody as well, right? And that's more the lift off a lot of people's shoulders. But it's and like you said, I think more people are open to being wrong, at least from like what I've seen on different occasions. It's open to being wrong, and it's okay to change your beliefs. Doesn't make you a hypocrite. It means you've learned something new and changed your opinion and thought on it.
This my man is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Israel. Do you know Israel?
Just talked to him today.
That is the man. Yeah. Israel is out in New York, man. And I was talking with Vanessa Lott today as well.
I was talking.
She says that she's talking to you. Yeah, I'm telling you, we are running around in the same circles, brother. You are in good company, man. These are great people. And what's up, Iz? I see you out there. Iz, your realtor. So let's just talk just for a minute or so about the future. Let's talk about where we go from here, right? And so everything is opening up, everything is opening back up, and there's progress being made on the consciousness of the country around what to do. People have been like, what do you want? What do you want? So that's happening at the same time. There's no discount there. We are back to work, right? I'm back to work. You are back to work. We are back to work. Let's talk about the future of real estate right now. Let's talk about why we invested the time in Sekou Krem. The agents that are out there, the agents that are just starting or the agents that are restarting, what are some fundamental things that you think we should do as agents to reach our consumer base, our client base, and other agents?
Well, first, if you're not shooting live video, you absolutely have to start. Because look, if you don't own the mind share, you don't own the market share. And there's people out there that are gaining that mind share. They might not be as good of an agent, but I know them better. I at least feel like I know them better, and they portray like they're a better agent, right? Perception is reality. I brought this one up. I forget who I was talking to the other day, and it's like, man, I remember this saying too, and it was really good. Value unarticulated and value unappreciated. If I don't show you my value and you know it's clearly, then I'm not valuable, right? Like if I can't clearly display how valuable I am to the consumer, then they'll think I'm invaluable. Or they won't think I'm valuable.
I get you.
Yeah,
I get you.
They'll think another agent that can clearly display their value is better. And that's just like what we're growing into right now, especially with everybody getting more accustomed to looking online and more comfortable with going online, especially with these big purchases and everything going on. They're like, shoot, I could have done that the whole time. They're going to be checking in there more. So if you have zero presence, I do my show Cocktails and Content, which by the way, 75 hard, I have to cancel Cocktails and Content because I can't have a cocktail.
Oh yeah. Right. I'll teach you a secret about that. You can, whatever.
All right. But anyways, so we're going to that show, and I always thought this, but then the statistics showed it. I think it was like 62% more people are more likely to go to Facebook or Instagram to look up somebody than Google. So like they're gonna go there and check, like, do they have a presence? What can I learn from looking up? What do I learn when I look up Sekou Pile on Facebook? Right? And if it's nothing, if it's a bunch of shared posts from other people, I'll be like, is this guy even real? Literally, I would think, like, is this guy even real?
Is this guy a bot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I just see a bunch of picture posts that aren't his and a bunch of shared images, I'll be like, it's a fake account. Okay. Right. And then from there, I'll be like, I can't find you. Right. So, like, you have to put a name to yourself. You have to name the puppy, which is like what we had in
the puppy, baby.
Yeah. But if you don't have a presence, you're going to lose, period. Like, people are starting to shift the way they think. This is what COVID did to a lot of people. They were forced to go online. They were forced to go on here and look at this as an authority, whether they liked it or not. Now it's in their psychology, their subconscious. So now we have to abide by that and give the people what they want.
That is awesome. Abide by that and give the people what they want. So if you're not shooting live video, listen to what he said.
Yeah.
He didn't say recording and putting it out later. He didn't say putting up other people's recording and sharing YouTube links about other things. If you're not shooting live video, you are absolutely missing the target. Yep. Absolutely missing the target. Now, here's what I'm saying. Old school, hand in the dirt, new school content creation, et cetera, calling in content. I'm saying don't stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And shoot live video. Shoot live video of what you're doing.
Yeah.
All good.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where we combine, where it's like, we're not telling you to stop calling, which a lot of content places will be like, they'll make it seem like this is all you have to do.
Never make a call again.
Never. Yeah. Oh, I see the ad.
That's my favorite.
You never have to make a call again. It's like, yeah, but then you won't grow your business. It doesn't make sense.
Quit begging for business. Okay. No
It's
problem.
like, okay, do you know what sales is? You're asking for business. You might sell asking or begging. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but you're literally telling people not to ask for business. And good luck in sales if you want to take that route.
Well, we take the position that if you want business, you ask questions. If you want better business, you ask better questions. Bigger business, you ask bigger questions. And if you want a huge growing business, you're going to continue to be uncomfortable asking the big questions that no one else will ask.
Yep.
So that is powerful. Look, they got a bonus Sekou Creme session today, man.
We got a bonus one. Hey, brother, I actually do have to go. I got my second workout of the day for my 75 hard. Pumped to get.
All right, listen to me. Listen to me really carefully.
What's the trick?
Listen to me really carefully. I'm going to send it to you. There is a bulletproof list, right? And 75 hard follows basically the bulletproof mindset. There is actually a crossroads between alcohol and poison that you can do, and it's nice and brown, and it's very, very filtered. It's actually more filtered than water. I'll talk to you later about it, brother.
All right, let me know. I'm interested. You got my attention.
They want you. They talk to you at nickcreme.com. What else? Where else do we go?
That's all you need to go. nickcreme.com. You find everything you need there.
nickcreme.com. I love you, brother. I'll talk to you later. Go get that second workout in.
Sure.
NICKREM.com. My brother.
Yeah.
Talk to you later, man.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll see you, man.
All right. I want to just take a moment to acknowledge one of my coaching brothers. I've been putting this video out for the last few weeks. This is a mindset coach that I work with to keep my mind right. He's up in Canada, if you can't guess, right? And I want to just give him a little bit of burn. And if you need him, you'll be able to see him at Mindshare 101.
Mindshare101.com. Check it out. This is all about delivering the right message to the right audience across the right channel so that you can be building more mindshare. And mindshare puts you in the right place at the right time, even though we don't know when that time is. You also got to know that mindshare equals market share. So head over to mindshare101.com, download the 7 Ways to Communicate ebook. If you need anything at all, get in touch with me. Just want to come out and support you, support Sekou, and help everybody really build their business to that next level. Let's get in touch.
Pretty powerful stuff. David Greenspan, mindshare101.com. 7 Ways to Communicate is his book. And I'm telling you now, it's some powerful, powerful stuff. We are at the 538 mark. And at last count, we were at 994. We just broke 1,000 at 1101 contacts. At 5:30, we have had some really, really powerful people on today. I want to share with you guys another one of the virtual tours that I've had the pleasure of being a part of. Let me just cue it up really quickly so that we're not, showing all kinds of craziness. This is Sharice Sapp. She has a group called The Wire, Women in Real Estate. And she's growing a business across the country. And in growing the business across the country, I want you to see this. This is pretty powerful. I've got a lot of great videos going on. Here we go. Let's share the screen. Get some audio going. And let's go. Hold on. I think I messed that up. Here we go. This is another version of a virtual tour.
Oh my God, yes, okay. The modern Art Deco, this is him, the gray and white scenes, kitchenette. Yeah, it takes a whole week to itself.
Nothing fancy. Just some powerful video, hanging out with her girls, previewing properties.
Oh my God! Yes. I'm buying this house. This is it. I found the house. This is it. Oh. Okay, guys. So I think I just found my office. Oh my gosh. Yes.
EJ Melnikoff in the house. Happy birthday, brother. Real estate royalty. I see you out there, brother.
There's one you like this bedroom. Yeah. Yeah.
I love how these agents are using the virtual market to both see places and show places. It is beautiful. Alexandra, what's going on? Billy. So through the power of the virtual tour, you can actually see more than one home in a fraction of the time it would take you to actually go to these places. You can put your whole family on a video and they could see these properties at the same time you are. No more waiting for grandma to come and see the place or dad to come and see the place. I thought this was a pretty powerful video.
The door is closed.
So I get to work with these people all the time. And it's quite fortunate for me that these are going to be the agents of the future, the ones that are blowing things up. Yeah, Alexandria, she loves the industry right now. It's on fire. If you really hustle, you will stand out from all of the lameness out there. Absolutely. You absolutely have no problem. If you hustle, you will stand out. It is an amazing, amazing thing. I'm hearing from my boy. There's people happening. I'm telling you right now, I'm back and forth. The contacts are coming in like crazy. So we are at 1,180 contacts right now. These things are coming in like nuts. I am counting all views. I'm counting live views. I'm counting friend requests. I'm counting calls. I am doing my very best to keep up with all of the contacts that are coming in. It is an amazing thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, excuse me. At What time is that? Yeah, oh, I see Reese. I see her. She's doing her thing at 5:44 p.m. Boom. We are having a ball. So I don't think we're gonna have a hard time hitting our 2,000 contacts today. What you going? Where you going? My wife was about to hit into the video and then she just backed out. I don't know what happened. You want something from over here, Bet? No, I'm good. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and grow. Let's grow. I'm gonna send out another 25 gratitude texts. I've been slow to do that. I'm behind. So I think I'm gonna send out 100 in the next few minutes. My gratitude text, just so that you guys are aware, is thank you for your support and for trusting me with all your real estate needs. I'm gonna say happy birthday to Eric John Melnikoff. What is up, my big dogs? That's real estate royalty out there as well. Beautiful family. Everybody is safe, I hope, and enjoying your birthday. And it happened just as the world opened up. So I hope you get to go out and enjoy yourself, my brother. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. I just got some texts back. I got 115 texts while we were between now and earlier this afternoon. All right, hold on. 115 with the 180, 592. So we're at 1,295. 1,295 contacts at 546. So I am counting contacts as the following, just in case you didn't know, just in case you're just catching up now. Contacts are any living, breathing adult humans that you talk to, either by phone, face-to-face, FaceTime, Zoom, WhatsApp, camera, whatever you do. If you do a FaceTime call, a Facebook call or camera, those contacts are all legit. You do not have to have a real estate conversation. I'm not talking about leads. All I'm talking about is contacts right now. If you send a message through instant message, text message, direct message, whatever, Instagram message, Twitter message, you send the message and they respond, that is a contact as well. No matter what the response is. They could be like, new phone, who this? That's a contact. Okay. Then if you do a live broadcast, the way that Nick was talking about, and you are in tune with the world, you do a live broadcast and you get eyes on your broadcast, you get views of your broadcast. Every view of your broadcast is considered a contact as well. And if you do a share or a watch party of that broadcast and you get views on that, those are considered contacts as well. I don't have any more space on my sheet. 1295 plus another 65. Okay. If you do a social media post, any social media post that you do, right? What's up, NJ? What's up, Antonio? You do a social media post, any social media post that you do, and you get likes and or comments, and you respond to those likes and comments, those are considered contacts as well. And then, of course, if you have your property out there, if you have your service out there and you're on the web or your internet and people are coming to your website and clicking for more information, those are considered contacts as well. Until you communicate with them, then they are leads or they're not, right? So you add all of those up. It's very easy for the average person to get well over 100 contacts from social media if they're diligent and they do that right. Once again, it has to be post, comment, response. That is the process there. My wife, we just had a plant. Okay. We had a little minor emergency in the house that is not really an emergency. Working from home is awesome. We could take care of everything, and the honey-do list gets smaller and smaller because we're actually working. I am sending out text messages in bulk, right? So when I say that I'm going to send out my gratitude text, I send out my text messages in bulk, about 25 at a time. The text message is very, very simple. It's a simple and easy message. It says, "Thank you for your support and for trusting me with all of your real estate needs." So 9, 10, 16, 3. So we're at 1360. at 549. You guys are amazing. Amazing. And I'm getting reports. Which platform? Alexandra, it doesn't matter which platform you're on as long as you're active in that platform. Okay? As long as you're active in that platform, it doesn't matter. So Facebook, yo, what's up, Wittenstein? I sent you an invite. If you want to jump in, it's up to you. If you're on Facebook, it's most likely that you're going to find customers and clients. If you're on Instagram, you're most likely going to find other agents that you're talking with, and you'll be able to build there. My content is curated. I decide ahead of time what my audience is going to be and how I'm going to reach them. And so for the most part, if I'm doing lives on Facebook. If I'm sharing videos, I'm sharing videos on Insta. If I do those, those quotes and those memes, I do that on Insta as well. I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter, and I can't get LinkedIn to work right for me. If you guys know how to work LinkedIn right, get at me and come into Commitment to Capping and do a little video, and maybe I'll get my Insta correct. I mean my LinkedIn correct. But that's it. I work a few mediums, and then every single day, Alex, we make 200 contacts. So for me, at least 20 of my contacts are by phone. At least 50 of my contacts are by instant message. Excuse me. And at least 150 of my contacts are by social media. Any social media post, any of them. I don't care. I don't care if it's obscure. Carlos Hernandez has introduced me to a couple of powerful powerful social media formats that you might want to check out. There are any number of places where you can be heard. I think that if you're an agent, you should have a blog post. I think you should have a YouTube page. I think you should have it all. Right now, I think my YouTube page is gonna. I am broadcasting on my YouTube page, and I think it's about to expire because I think it only lets me do 2 hours. I don't know. I don't remember. Let's take a look. How many views do I have on YouTube? Live right now on YouTube. Boom. What do we have going on here? Wow, I got a few people looking on YouTube too. Look at that. 22 people are looking on YouTube. Ow. Okay. And you can see the little, okay. You can see the little chat messages too. This is pretty awesome. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, fans of all ages, we have been playing up until now. What's up, Brett Sakura? What's up, Fred Alone? Hey, let's go, let's grow, let's go, go, go. We've been playing up until now in the studio, behind the scenes. There's Real Estate Royalty, MML, Mr. David Finale. What's going on, my brother?
Hey.
How you feeling, man?
Man, you know what? I'm feeling kind of like, I just watched these fucking stars, and here I am coming on. I'm like a peon compared to the people you've had on today. Holy shit. Veronica Figueroa, Sean Shallis, Nick Krem. By the way, they've all been my guests on Real Estate Talk TGIF.
Yes, they have. TGIF. How many episodes you up to?
Well, I'll do 104 on Friday with Dean Jackson, who is one of the greatest marketers that nobody knows in the country.
Dean Jackson.
Dean Jackson. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We got.
I'm gonna jump
Dean
on.
Yo,
You know
absolutely.
me, I'm gonna gorilla my way on in the last few minutes so that I don't interrupt you. What's up, Chauncey Fromm? All right, I always say her name wrong. Chauncey Fam. She's like family. What's up, fam? Milton Anderson II is watching. That's that West Coast real estate royalty right there, up in the Sonoma Valley, up in wine country. Veronica Figs in the place to be. I gotta tell you, finale is the king, is what Fratellone says, and I gotta be honest with you, man. You definitely have earned the title, bro. You are real estate royalty. You've been putting in the time and work. I love it.
Who you talking about? Antonio?
Yeah, he says that Dave Finale is the king, and I gotta agree with him.
Well, thank you so much for the kind words. So
I've been trying to get everyone's comments to show up here, but I guess they got to go through like some extra special.
Mine did before, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they got to like get a green light from like the Secret Service or something like that to go on. What's up, brother?
So I gotta do a shout out to somebody that is just, I mean, she's just a genius. You know who I'm talking about?
Go ahead, break it down for me, brother.
Marilyn Torres.
Yeah, buddy. So Marilyn Torres breaking the internet yet again.
So she puts this post out the other day that I think everybody in our group posted. Everybody in our group used it, right? So just from that for today, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 55 contacts.
Look at that.
2 leads.
All right, I got to put it down. Hold on. 55 contacts, 2 leads.
Wait a minute. 2 leads plus a listing appointment.
Ding, 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 ding.
Plus a coaching appointment. Dude.
That is the exact results you'd be looking for. Now, how about that?
That was the exact, and so I'm not going to
wait. I'm sorry. I got to ask one more question.
Yeah.
How long did you put that post up for?
It went up yesterday afternoon.
He's laughing because I know what he did when he put that post up. He's like, I'll give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
I mean, you know, so it's well, the conversations. I'm really not going to get into details. I'm not going to get into details publicly on how some of the conversations were crazy because of my following. But just amazing. And you know, you got to add another, I think another 75 contacts for me on my video from this morning.
Okay, let's do that. 70 plus 75. All right. I'm doing math on the fly now. I'm like a horse without a tether, baby. I'm flying without a net. Right?
So it's just like
1490.
And you know, so now that I've got a real computer that's not going to shut off on me, knock on wood. You know, we've got, you know, you were having a conversation with Sean about, and Veronica. I mean, I got to see how I need Veronica's template, plain and simple, right? We can talk about that offline, but, and Nick and stuff and you and such powerful conversations today, man. Congratulations on a great broadcast today. Not that they all aren't great.
No, but thank you.
But this is just, I mean, really cool. I mean, you send me the link and I'm saying, okay, I'll go on now. And then I get on and says, no. Then I had to go do something. Then I come on and Nick's on and said, oh no.
Dude, you know, I have been very fortunate to have a bunch of powerful people in my life. Dave is actually lead generating right now. Dave DeVoe is actually lead generating right now and talking to another one of our great coaches, Mr. Bill Pipes. And so I'm going to be approaching him about the challenges that we put out before, and we're going to adjust it for this new virtual market. Everyone agrees. Every single person agrees that if you cannot, would you say skeptical, schmectable, blah,
Yes.
whatever, you know, everyone agrees.
Spectacle.
If they don't take action now,
They're done.
they got to get out. They're done. They're absolutely done.
I was earlier today, personal shout out. Earlier today, I was recorded a podcast with the Harrelson Group, Century 21, the Harrelson Group. Greg Harrelson does a podcast. So I did a podcast with his company today. And, you know, I talked about I believe there's 4 sets of people out there, right? There's the top producers that are doing it, like Veronica Figueroa, right? She had it figured out. Or if she didn't, she figured it out and kept going. She didn't miss a beat. I think we all, I believe that all of us missed 2 weeks somewhere. I think we had like a week. We had a hiccup. Right. Yeah. Right. We tripped. We didn't know what the hell was going to happen. And we didn't know where to go, what to do. So we tripped a little bit. But so there's that group. Then there's the group that we work with that you have been so key in getting people to do the virtual stuff, which I call my virtualness.
My virtuosity, right?
Exactly. So, and then, okay, that's the second group. Then there's the third group that you could say they got their head so far up their ass they can taste broke cream. Or head in the sand because they've been to the beach since the spring and it's summer now, baby. And then there's the last group, which is a really iffy group. And that group are the ones that say, screw it, I'm waiting until we're out and I'm going to start all over again because I got a great database. You know what? If you're really good, if you really got a great database, you can do that. But that's few and far between, bro. Really. I mean,
it's way few and far between. And I'll be honest with you. I'm listening to some of the top players who are now scrambling to catch up with some of these newer agents that are doing their damn thing. And I'm living it and loving it. What's up, Vic Alicia? I see you out there. There's real estate royalty. What I get to do, right? And so we are running, Finale and I are running several coaching scenarios, depending on who you are and where you are in your business. RESB, which is what my skill builder. The commitment to capping, which is for agents that are just dedicated and obsessed with their business and going to cap this year over year. Finale runs a mentoring program, a mentorship program over here at EXP. So when you join, if you wanted to get started, you can almost guarantee that you're going to be in production if you're working with Finale. The one thing that I see is that these agents are brave enough and willing to make a mess and take the chance with their business. And a lot of the folks that have been in the business for a long time, they're holding on to dust. They're holding on tight to dust, and it's not doing them any good.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
They got Mojave mouth. They got desert mouth.
So, you know, I'm an old fogey. I've been in the business for a long time. You've been in the business for a little bit, right?
Yeah. A couple.
What are some of the things that you've had to adjust to in the last 6 months that either you've predicted or that you never saw coming?
So dig this, man. I know I've said this to you, but I've been teaching this virtual shit for 5 years. But there's a big but here. No one believed me that it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we got to do it in person. No, we got to do it in person. I said, imagine what kind of hero you could be if you said to your buyer's wife, hey, you know what? Stay at home with your baby. Let's just get on a Zoom call, and your husband can call me from the office if he gets stuck, and we can all be together. And guess what? I'll get the mortgage guy. He'll come on the call too. Think about that, right?
Think about it.
And two things I'm working on. But anyway, you asked me a question. Let me ask you a question. I was not worried about the virtualness. And I'm going to keep using that word. I'm going to make that a real
I like
word.
it.
It's not
Yeah,
a real
I like
word.
it.
It's mine, by the way, trademark. But here's the thing, right? I knew what it was, what it had to be. I didn't have the simplistic mind for it. Sometimes my mind turns into a white puzzle, and I followed the right people, such as one Sekou Pile and a few other people, to like sort it out in my head. Honestly, the power of KV Core is well beyond a CRM, because I mean, to call it a CRM is like calling Michael Chu a white belt.
Yeah, right. It's like calling him an
Ten-time
okay
national
fighter.
champion. You know, like calling Muhammad Ali a lightweight boxer.
Kind of okay.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look, there's products out there that are really good, and people say, "Oh, well, this one that is with another company that they built themselves." Why, I don't know. Is, oh, it's better. It does this, and it'll go to the bathroom for you. You know, but we have been able to direct people to the training that is a part of this KV Core Pro system. This is not a CRM. This is a training platform, right? And it's just like, holy moly, or as Frank Barone would say, holy crap. It's just absolutely unbelievable, you know? And I mean, look, you know what? I can go on and on about all this stuff, but I had to learn. I had to learn how to put it all together, how to make it all make sense.
We weren't expecting to be running classes during COVID.
Right. I wasn't
Brooks, Alyssa Phillips.
So to go along with the virtual reality that we're in now, right? It's not virtual reality, it's virtual reality, right? It's different, right? So to go along with that, I'm working on seven projects that aren't that difficult to build, that go along with what I taught for 5 years. I'm not talking about them now. Hopefully I get to, you know, I've talked to you a little bit about them. And I also have some support from an affiliate of mine, an allied resource of mine that's going to help me with some content. But this is just going to, the disruptor that I kept talking about for the past couple of years, like what's the next disruptor? The disruptor was a fucking virus.
It was a virus.
It was a virus. It was an illness. It was a killer.
It was a virus.
Think about that. That was the disruptor.
Threw a grenade into this world.
So, and when I had Tom Ferry on my broadcast 2 months ago or 3 months ago, whatever it was, as well as Sean Kokoska, I asked him, I said, what's the next disruptor out there? And believe it or not, these guys have their ears to the rails and stuff, and they know what's coming out. And they say, Dave, there's nothing out there that's going to change our world. But guess what?
It changed our world. Just what does it say that God, man plans and God laughs, or something like that?
Yeah.
What's our world?
What's the story? What's the story? It's not about getting caught in the rain. It's how you dance in the rain. Something like that.
Something like that.
How you dance in the rain.
Yes, sir. Right? I love that. And you know, I've been saying this over and over again. Is that the cemetery is filled with unwritten works of art and unwritten books.
Yeah, you know what? It bothers me when you say that. You know that, right?
Well, I'm looking at it very positively.
It bothers me because I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but we've got all this time. And so what should come out of this, if we are any kind of civilization which should come out of this is a new renaissance. I think in 100 years, when they look back at this time, they'll be like, America hit its the modern American Renaissance right after the virus hit.
I got something that just came across the last 24 hours in my head, and I'm going to mention it really like lightly, and it has a lot to do with the virus, has a lot to do with quarantine, has a lot to do with learning from my friends. And I've actually changed a bit over the past 12 weeks. Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I never thought it could happen, but some of my views have changed.
Mm-hmm.
I've been educated by people I respect. I'm not talking educated by teachers or professors or politicians. Politicians, all of them. You take all of them. I don't care who they are. They're all assholes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you know what? I realized over the past couple of weeks, especially, that we, you, me, whatever, we can actually change the world. I don't know how long
we can change the world.
And we're doing it in the real estate market now, in the real estate industry. We're doing it. We're actually doing it. You just had 3 of the people, and look at the age range. What's it? 25?
Something like that, man. He's
right?
Freaking strapping you.
Dallas is what, 56, 57? Veronica's what, 40?
24 or something like that. Veronica.
Right.
No, I'm just
and you're 35?
I'm celebrating my 50th anniversary of being 10.
Yeah, I don't think that would make you 60, my friend.
Whatever, you know what I mean. My math, she's not so good. I keep telling you guys.
I know, but but I got to also tell you that I want to do another shout out to our friend Kyle Whistle.
And
he was my guest a few weeks ago, and he told me one little thing that he was doing, and I started doing it, and it has shot my engagement up on social media. I think doubled it or tripled it what I started doing.
Wow.
It's just it's work. It takes time. But I have this problem. My problem is that when I commit to something and start doing it, I can't stop.
Tunnel vision. Focus. Look at that.
What's television?
Tunnel vision.
Oh, tunnel vision.
Focus. Yeah. With television. Shoot.
When you said television, I'm thinking, I haven't watched I mean, okay, I do turn it on.
It's on in the background. You see what's going on behind me? That's as much as my television is on.
But when I think of television now,
yep, that's exactly what it is. I want to let you guys know that I did not count the 124 contacts I made this morning by telephone. I got a great inspiration from one of the agents that I worked with, Athena Petway. And she did a marvelous thing, and I'm not going to share her thing with you guys. It's not mine to share. But what I did was I followed behind her and contacted some folks that I haven't spoken to in 5 or 6 years. And I just dropped them in my dialer and started dialing. Man, what a good day. I just got an appointment earlier this evening when we first got on from following up with exactly what you were talking about, Finale, with a KV Core lead. And, it strikes me that there are people who are waiting for this thing to be over so that they can get back to work. And what you said is that they're going to be left behind. I don't even think they're going to be left behind. I think that they're actually going to be so discouraged that they're just going to get out of the business. I know a lot of folks that, they went back to the post office.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is, I remind me to, I got one other thing I got to talk about, which is just an amazing thing. And I would ask him to come on the show now, but I want to talk to him again. It's a product having to do with us what we're doing. You know, it's going to be interesting because some of the MLS dues some MLS fees are now due for July 1st. Like NJMLS, the annual fee is due. Garden State, the 6-month fee is due. So we're going to get an indication. We're going to get a small random sampling of who we're going to lose. Because you've got about, I think, 11,000 members in NJMLS. I think we're going to lose a couple thousand. I really do. Right? That's going to be an indication of what's going to happen nationwide. I firmly believe we're going to lose. I firmly believe we're going to lose at least 20%. We're at 1.5 million now.
So you feel like,
yeah,
you feel like that much is going to, I think it's going to be more than that, to be honest with you.
Honestly, I said a third first.
Yeah.
Like 2 months ago, I said a third. Easy. Under 1 million. We're going to be under 1 million. That's more than a third. But no,
I'll tell you what I think is going to really, really, really make a difference is there's going to be a genuine question, a genuine, legit question from the agents. What did I pay for? What am I paying for right now?
So that's not going to happen. Okay, that's going to first happen at the broker level. Okay, I know for a fact many companies in our area have done nothing. Okay, they have a meeting once a week by Zoom.
Yeah,
this is a fact, right?
Yeah.
What have we done? We've had a meeting 3 times a day.
Every day.
Every day. Maybe not Saturday. Right?
Okay, maybe not Saturday. We got to get some time to rest.
A setup meeting on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And people are freaking showing up at 8:00 at night.
Yes, sir.
6 nights in a row.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, granted, we're in this bullshit quarantine. And I'm sorry, I'm calling it bullshit because you know what? I talked to my friends in South Carolina today, Myrtle Beach and Charleston. You know what they said? They said, Dave, you go outside, you never know anything happened. Everything's open. They're going around like nothing. And what he said, I'm jumping all over the place. I'm sorry for that.
I'm with you though.
But what he says, there are people from his area. He's getting listings down there for people that are moving back to New Jersey. Because they just spent 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 90 days not being able to see their family.
Yeah.
That live up here, where they moved down there to retire. They're moving back. So you want to talk about a demand that's going to skyrocket in New Jersey?
We're not even going to talk about all the divorces that are about to happen, man.
I talked about divorces and unfortunately probate.
What's up, Brandon? I see you. Good to see you too, brother. Glad to know you're healthy and wise and rocking and rolling. It's 6:17 p.m. You guys have been crushing it. Here is one concern that I have. We have not organically hit our 2,000 yet. We are at 1,646. I happen to know there's a couple of big numbers out there waiting to come through. You go ahead and put those numbers up so we can hit those organic 2,000s. I just sent out another 100 gratitude texts. I've gotten 210 back so far. What's up, William Chavez, Big Brandon G, Big Gallagher, in the place to be. Sheena Brooks, what's up? Alyssa, what's going on? I see you out there. Is that the man, the myth, the legend, Big Chris? I see you out there, brother. So I'm wondering how everyone's doing. I'm listening, Pa.
No, go ahead, man. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're not interrupted.
I'm rude at sometimes. So I'm right now. I'm talking to as we're here, and he's been for about almost 2 years, I think. This guy by the name of Jonathan Martis. He is the founder and CEO of a company called Cleared, and I'm sure you Kleard. Cleared, and basically his product was built for the protection of his agents. I believe he's a Coldwell Banker.
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
So he The product is I call it an open house app, and what it does is when they sign into your open house or when you're going to meet them, you take their phone number and their email address, and it will verify it for them. So when they come into your open house, there's a sign as you walk in, say this is a cleared house. We do this, this, and this to protect our homeowners and protect our agents. When they go in, there's another sign, and they sign in, and they have to put their cell phone number in. When they put their cell phone number in, it pings their phone and tells them to put the code they just got in on this. Bless you. Right?
Thank you.
It qualifies them and clears them. Okay. That's cool, right? And what it does is it also verifies their email address. So you know if they gave you a bullshit email address when they go through the open house. But they're just launching a new product. The new product is one that they're going to get cleared by allowing people, talk about virtualness, dude. Listen to this. They're going to be given a code to access a home after they're cleared, so no agent has to meet them. Now, that's not new. I'm going to tell you it's not new because there are actually robots showing houses in this country today as we speak.
Right.
Okay. So his name's Jonathan Martis. I'm trying to get him on my broadcast again. He was on one of my first broadcasts. He was in maybe one of the first 20, right? And almost 2 years ago. So I'm trying to get him on. And it's just, everybody's interested in this product. It's KLEARD.com.
Okay.
I believe in what they're doing. I'll get him on here after my show because he's got a big announcement he's got coming up. I don't know what it is, but I don't know what it is. So I'm waiting him to get back to me to be on a show in July with me. But what I'm doing now with my show, Sekou, is I'm circling back to a couple of people who've been on it before. So I don't have any. What's that?
And getting their up to date information and being able to deliver. Let me do something really quickly. I am going to I have a very powerful sponsor this week with the Insiders Group, and I want to play his trailer again. I want you guys to hear him. He's right here on Facebook. He's actually a very good friend of mine, a brother named Heru. And super smart brother, super tough brother too, man. He's a martial art instructor and a financial whiz. He's always been super smart. We studied together back in the day, and I want to give him a burn. Hold on one second.
Go, man.
Making money and growing wealth is challenging even in the best of times. But in this new and uncharted economic environment that we suddenly find ourselves in, it can feel overwhelming and impossible just to find a place to start. If you think you would benefit from an experienced mentor and a group of like-minded people willing to share their vast experience and hold you accountable, then please join my Facebook group called Insiders Group Inc. Every week, we post the latest tips, strategies, and information on real estate investing, entrepreneurship, portfolio investing, and basic financial fundamentals that you need to know. It's free. It's easy. All you have to do is request membership and answer a few questions and join us on this road to financial freedom.
My man. So
very cool.
So in the last few weeks, we've seen a lot of stuff happen, and quarantine and protests and all of these other things. And I talked to Heru a few weeks ago and just was like, do you want to be a part of this? And he says, I tell you what, I don't want to get on and just promote myself and what I'm doing. He was just like, if we can do things together, we can do that. And I said, well, my motto is we grow together, right? And we make us strong. Yeah. So he is making this very, very powerful wealth building workshop available to anyone who wants it. If you just roll over there, you go in. The real estate investment part, I am consulting with them on. But I tell you right now, there's a ton of information there, and he's done some really good picks I can't say why and how, but he's done some really good picks in the last few weeks, and people have made a lot of money. So, that's Haru over at the Insiders Group.
Pretty cool. I saw that earlier. That was really cool. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
So it is 6:24. I just got another 94 responses. Let's take a look at where we are. 94. So it's 10, 14, 7. So we're at 174. We're at 174. I can't even see my writing. 8. Okay, 1748. All right. 1748. I'm just gonna post that up there. And finale. So at 8 o'clock, we get together with our commitment to capping group and we report our numbers.
Yep.
I know we're going to be well over 2,000 contacts. I want to back up a few months, right? And we were talking and you made mention of something that has become a cornerstone of the way that I coach now, and I really appreciate it. You gave me an acronym, and I'd like for you to talk a little bit about it and where you got this from and what it means. MBWA, right?
Managed by walking around.
Managed by walking around. Can you break that down for the folks in the back seats?
Sure. I mean, it's really simple. I mean, anybody can sit in that penthouse office. Anybody can sit up there and say, hey, you do this and you do that. Or you learn this, or you make this call, make your calls, do this, But one of the things I've always done, I'm not sure where I got it, honestly. So I don't want to say it was from this person or this coach. Had several coaches.
Right.
I know I'm pretty sure I got it from, but we'll leave that alone. The thing is that I learned really early, and I actually I have one of my great friends and students, agents, always tells me how what it meant to him. But I always went around in my office, and no matter who it was or whenever they came in, I'd say, what can I help you with today? There was never, they almost expected it when they were there for a while. I just want to know, what could I do to help them with? I was there. I was walking around, seeing if they needed anything, see if they need any help with anything. And there's a lot of managers out there that do it. But there's a lot that don't. You need to be a leader in order to do it. What happened, I believe, and we've talked about this, and my good friend and longtime coach John Cheplack says, a great market breeds bad leaders. A great market breeds bad agents. Why? Laziness, lackadaisical. A bad market breeds great leaders, breeds great agents.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say that we have a good or a bad market. We have a virtual reality that we're dealing with. We have a reality of a new kind, and the leaders. I'm going to tell you, I have been blessed, absolutely blessed, by being in your presence, DeVoe, Brett Sikora, and that's not even saying the people that have been on my broadcast, like Kyle Whistle and Dan Beer, Veronica, and John Cheplack was on it a while ago. I had a private conversation with John. I think the end of March, and it was just, and we had the same kind of conversation, you know, and it was a great conversation. Him and I rarely get to speak, and we've known each other a very long time. But, you know, I have been lucky to be able to collaborate with the greats. You know, by walking around, if I've been able to help people do it, you know, I mean, just the conversations or the posts I see from Dave DeVoe. If you guys have not connected with Dave DeVoe, you should. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of private stuff for his group. But you know what? There's a guy that's just like doing his best to crush it and just as much as he can. And I just have so much heartfelt love for the guy simply because I know exactly what he's doing.
Yes, sir.
I was
He's
there.
got his hands in the mud.
He's
doing it. Yeah.
I did it. I had the conversations he's having. I've had the dialogues. I've written the emails, the text, the post that he's done. I know what it feels like. And when you get back to manage by walking around, that's exactly what we are doing with the people that we're shoulder to shoulder to. Right? And what you're doing in a virtual way is, you know, no one is safe from Sekou. Did you hit your numbers today? Right? And folks, if anybody's watching this, we've got a few people watching this. I'm going to ask you a question. Did you hit your numbers today?
Because it's coming.
Right.
It's
and how
coming.
much contact would that be, say?
Well, I believe every single salesperson in the world should make a minimum of 100 contacts a day. That was pre-COVID. My wolf pack, the folks that I get to work with, DeVoe, all of these folks, I'm making 200 contacts a day minimum. They're not playing around. Dave, check your messenger. Check your Facebook Messenger. I sent you something there. If you are an agent worth your salt, you're making at least 200 contacts a day, and you're doing it based on those 5 categories that we talked about in the beginning. Right? No, you got into real estate because of the no one got into real estate because of the flexibility, right? Yeah, that's damn right.
Nobody did. You're not talking.
What's up, Milt? I see you. Look, Milton Anderson is like, I'm dialing now. Milton is one of the beasts of the industries that is rocking with us on a regular basis. He's out on the West Coast and he's still dialing, man. He's got 2 appointments. Whoa! That is what I'm talking about. So I am going to officially report that we are at 2,003 contacts right now at 6:32. And so I do not stop until we hit our numbers. We hit our minimums. Now we see how far we can go.
Hey,
right?
Yeah. So you weren't talking to me about checking Messenger, were you?
No, I was talking to DeVoe, not you, David. The other David.
I just said that. I said, yeah, nothing there.
My bad. Right. So let me just tell him. Oh shoot, I can't spell.
So so the important thing is that, you know, I think there's a lot of shifting and moving happening as we speak. I think there's a lot of fear out there with what's going to happen. I think people are, you noticed that there was no show this morning for Level Up. Level Up today. The reason is because Mark Stein and his team are crushing it. They're just
doing big things.
He's got so much business. He has no time. We didn't even talk on the phone today, right? We usually talk at least once a week.
This is the COVID slowdown. What are you talking about? He's crushing it and got too much business.
No, man, they're crushing it, right? Awesome. And there's more. I mean, I am now rejecting people from my mentor program because I can't take anybody else, right? So I as soon as I get an opening, it's taken. I'm keeping it to a number because I'm going nuts. You know?
Yes, sir. And so here's what I want to say to you guys, right? So all business ain't built the same, right? All agents ain't built the same. All coaches ain't built the same, right? I constantly refer agents to Finale.
You do.
Constantly refer agents that way.
You
am I'm so strict when it comes down to where I refer folks to. I only refer folks to people who are highly regarded, highly reviewed, and highly accountable. This guy checks all the boxes and is in the top of that list all the time. So when I get a new agent that's coming through the door and they're asking me questions, my favorite answer, oh my God, thank you, baby. My favorite answer is, I don't know. Ask Finale.
Yeah, you sent me somebody this week that I had to call you up on and say, or you didn't send them to me. I had to call you up on and say, hey, no, man. You know, remember?
Yeah. There's people that are in the business that are driving really big business. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Mark, click on the link and see what happens. I should be able to see you in the waiting room if you want to jump in. So here's the real deal. The real deal is that I respect your style so much and it's very complimentary. And I'll be honest with you, Finale ain't taking no shit either. I heard you say it, that, you maybe in the past you might not have said this to somebody, and I've heard you try to kind of keep me kind of cool on some occasions, but I am very, very clear. Finale ain't taking no kind of shit. You're like a honey badger, brother. Oh, I guess you are a honey badger. Oh, I'm not supposed to let that out.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just I enjoy what I do now more than I ever did, and it's got a lot to do with the people I'm working with. I mean, you know what? Honestly, that's the truth. I now start my day at 4:30. Okay, yep. So it's reading, right? I do the 5 a.m. call. I do my gratitude journal and my affirmation journal and work out. And then I'm right where I am right now. I mean, usually I'm starting at 6:15. I mean, and I'm getting shit done. Now, I started that early this morning, and guess what? I didn't finish what I'm supposed to do between 6:15 and 8 yet. I got to get back to it. When you and I go off, and before 8 o'clock, I've got an hour.
I got a lot to do in that hour too, man. I got a lot to do in that hour. Mark, we'll make sure that you can get on the next time. What's up, Steven Slew Lewis? What's going on, real estate royalty? Excuse me.
There's a guy, he doesn't even know that I use him as an example on some of my stuff. We talked a lot about, and Nick was talking about video, how important video is. Sorry, guys, I've been saying that for 10 years.
Yes, sir.
And Nick was 15 at that time. But one of the things that Slew does is that he's not even on camera most of the time when he does his video. And nobody knows that. But they know it's him. And he's crushing it.
It's not necessary.
No. I mean, I have my style, right? You have yours. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about that this week. I know where my style comes from. I know what I do comes from. I know who the contributors to that are. There are several of them. One is no longer with us, God rest his soul. I wish he was so I could thank him, but I never got a chance to. But you gotta learn from who's out there. I mean, the teacher is there. The teacher's always there.
The teacher is always there. It's like Krem said, man, you gotta be willing to be wrong. You gotta be willing to learn. You gotta be willing to open up and to say to yourself, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I am going to ask. I don't know if he can. I'm gonna ask Josue Soto to jump on with us. I just sent him a link. If I can get the trifecta, if I can get Josue to jump on, that would be awesome. He is probably busy. They are taking tons of listings. They're doing tons of business, and it would be folly for me to believe that it would just be that easy to get somebody on. Talk to me really quickly, Finale, about your hit list, man. Who would you like on your TGIF in the next year or so?
Well, although I keep trying to contact them, they don't respond that often. Tony Robbins, Dean Grazioso. I mean, I believe sooner or later I'll get Frank Kern on because they do respond. And Frank Kern to me is like the Mr. Internet marketer because he started it a long time ago while smoking weed and surfing.
Yes,
right? Right? And had long hair and beard. Now he's just got the beard. I hope to get him on someday. I mean, I mentioned last week that someone wanted me to pay them to come on.
Let me pay you to market you. Hey, I want to bring on a good friend of mine, somebody that is in the commitment to capping and has been very diligent about growing their business down in Florida there. It's a guy named Mark Bjorkman. I don't know if you know him. Have you ever met Mark?
Mark and I have talked. I'm going to get Mark on my show too.
All right. Well, let me see if I can bring him on.
Yeah, bring on Mark.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. What's going on, Mark?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Rocking and rolling, man. I'll see you at 8:00, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I have been seeing your videos, brother. I've been seeing you walking around the town. I've been seeing your lives. You have been pretty busy, bro.
I'm trying to make a difference in my life and others too. Yeah, it's been pretty amazing. That little walk is starting to bear fruit.
Yes, sir.
And I got some pretty good active people that are interested in getting a transaction going. So I'm pretty excited about that.
This is pretty cool. And so when we first met, you had your antenna up. You was like, what is this about and what's going on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I saw it as something that was pretty big. Okay, hold on 1 second. I got my boy in the car and he's driving. He might have pulled over. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna bring him on at the same time. The other man, myth, the legend, Mr. David DeVoe. Now I got two DDs on there. Dave DeVoe Pyle. Oh, there you go.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Dave.
What's going on, Dave?
What's up? I pulled over just to click log it. Can you hear
dial
me?
in? Yeah, we can hear you just fine, man. You're out. You're live.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you what the number is before you start speaking. We are at hold on a second. I don't know where my comments are. 2101, 2,101 contacts by 6:40 p.m.
It's
underachievers. Those are contacts.
Yes.
We're rocking and rolling. How was your day, man? Are you doing all right? How many contacts did you do today?
Me?
Yeah.
22.
22.
Yeah,
Put it on the board. 22. You got some pretty big things happening, man. The group is doing some pretty big things. We're making some dynamic changes and really solidifying the mindset and the ideals. You want to talk a few minutes about some of the directions? I obviously can't go too deep into things, but you want to give some kind of idea what kind of directions you want to go in?
Well, I could talk about what we're doing. I think it's important to just also everybody has to understand that this market is changing rapidly, and there's like weird opportunities. Like this week, it's like highest and best week, and then next week it's like ghost town. and then, you know, for like 2 days it'll be bidding wars, and then it just kind of dies down, which is like weird. Where we're going, though, this is so important. You have to be talking to people. There is no other way. There's no other way other than talking to people on the phone. Like, though, there's some people that are really, really creative, really good with social media. I know people who do 100 transactions a year just from social media.
Yep.
But I only know one of them. Everybody else is going to have to do what they don't want to do. And it's going to be really interesting because almost all of the agents that I know have not been through this before. And we grew up in it, you know, we walked right into it. So it's going to be really, really different this next few months. And then, you know, who knows what's going to happen. I mean, the market could tank through the floor, which is what probably will happen. Either way, as long as you're consistently reaching out, talking to people, being surrounded by the right people, you know, this is where the bumper bowling comes in big time. When you're headed for the gutter, who's there to block it? Who's your bumper bowler partner to kind of nudge you back into the middle? Really, those two things are going to come into play. And so I just had, you know, I heard what you said before, Dave. I had somebody reach out to me for coaching as well, and it was like, ugh. Same thing. It's like, I got into real estate, you know, because I wanted the flexibility. Right. And I was like, how's that going? Because she was licensed since 2015, and she's been in and out. And you know, it's because you want that flexibility. Well, the conversation is, if you do want that flexibility, they don't tell you this on TV. You've got to be ridiculously disciplined for many years doing what you have convinced yourself that you don't have to do, or you can get around doing, which is what everybody's doing right now. There's no way around it.
It's a really interesting time, man. It's like if you were really successful a few years ago and you don't have the kind of agility to pivot when the market pivots, you fall apart. Well, when the market pivots and it goes into lockdown, if you can't adjust yourself to doing virtuals or to having consultations, DeVoe, you put the first week, you put up a virtual home buying process on your website. I was sending that out to people left and right through my contacts. People are still answering those virtual. Tonight, I got an appointment with a guy who was like, "Yeah, I was looking on your website for the virtual home buying thing. You sent me an email about it." If you can't pivot as an agent right now to this market, then you know what? Turn your license in, have some fun. Maybe you could go manage properties or something like that. Right? You got Mark. Mark is a great example. Mark is down in Florida.
It's true. It's true. You have to be able to pivot.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, right? So Mark is down in Florida. Mark was doing things the way he had been doing it. Right, Mark? Now, what's some of the things that you're doing to develop business right now, brother?
Well, I'm calling FSBOs, trying to do videos with them. I'm using that listing cake that you turned me on to, and I got some more equipment to do a better, more professional job with it. I'm reaching out to area businesses to help them, and in turn they'll help me by sharing my social media and just getting my name out there, building my brand. I guess I'm really focused on. I'm a people person. I can walk into the grocery store and talk for 20 minutes to the checkout girl, and it's so walking in my neighborhood with my little dog, and she's a little magnet to people because she's so cute. Mm-hmm. But you just be yourself and try to help people out. So some things I'm learning about. There's a lot of renters in my area, and I'm going to try and focus on, hey, why spend all that money on rent and 5 years down the road have nothing for you, So that's the kind of stuff I'm doing. I'm trying to share the business with other realtors, and I was talking to Dave, 2 days ago, Dave, about my son. My son called me up out of the blue, and he said, "Dad, I'm going to be a realtor." So he's up there in New Jersey, and he's on his second day of class today, and I expect him to call me anytime and tell me how it went. And he's already read the whole book through, so he's almost a professional already, according to him. But
I gotta put the words that DeVoe said just a little while back up again. He's surrounded by the right people.
Yeah,
you get that energy. You get him surrounded by the right people. You know, my aunt is gone now, right? But my aunt was the assistant DA in Milwaukee, and she had a pretty hard time of it. She was assistant DA right around the Jeffrey Dahmer case and things like that in that same town. And she looked at me one day and she says, "I swear to God, I will knock you out if you try to become an attorney." Like, like she had nothing good to say about it. And like she's surrounded by all these attorneys that were like burnt out. Everybody was drinking and the whole 9 yards, right? And so, fast forward a few years later, a couple of thousand years later, what's up, Manny Barrios? A couple of thousand years later, I'm a real estate agent and I'm surrounded by kids. I got 5 kids, and every one of them is like, "Let's go, let's grow. Come on." I said, if these guys don't become excellent salespeople, I don't know what the fuck I did.
That's what my financial planner first said. We should put your revenue share, or it was profit share at the time, you should put your revenue share into your kid's college fund, right? I told that story before. And the first thing I said was, college fund? They're going to be realtors. That's right. Back to what you were saying before about pivoting too. The thing about this company, about EXP, is like everything is there for you. Everything is pretty set to just go. Even if you're a new agent, like one of the new agents I was on the phone with today, I was like, she was like, she didn't have the roadmap. She didn't know what to do. Her sponsor didn't know what to do. And I was just trying to help her. I said, look, everything is there. Go learn KV Core and you could just go, right? So it's great for single agents. Absolutely. Most single agents will never be able to afford a system like KV Core. And EXP just gives it to you. Go.
It's just yours.
Yeah, it's yours.
It's amazing.
Business. And you also do have to be able to pivot. Like you said, when the market shifts, you need to be able to go in this direction. You have to have a foundation of business that you have worked really, really hard for that is consistently always going to be there via your database, and then be growing on top of that.
That's right.
And what we're doing, what we're focusing on now is, and what I've been focusing on for years, and literally spent the entire quarantine working on, is market-proof business. Market-proof business. What is going to be there no matter what the market does? People are going to die and get divorced. So every divorce and probate and estate attorney in New Jersey knows me at this time because they've gotten brownies or golf clubs or cookies or gift cards or whatever. I've just been pounding to earn their business and building a value proposition for these attorneys and for the different vendors in the area who work in and around that business. And then yes, expireds, FSBOs, agents that need help, how can we help them? And fortifying the business so that if something like this happens, there's not a worry. Just keep your business as efficient as you can. Make sure every single thing has an ROI. Make sure every single person has an ROI and is held accountable to doing this. The first question should be, and we don't always do this, the first question should be, how many days have you consistently prospected since you got your license? And if it's not, if that's how you're going to know if it's somebody that you could work with, if it's somebody that is really, really starter level or is willing or has put in the work and knows what it takes. So fortifying, becoming lean, creating profit centers that cover the cost of your business, partnerships, leveraging the people around you, like you guys said before, the vendors. there are a lot of things that you could be doing right now. I think the challenge for agents is like there's just too many. So it's like boom, over there, shiny toy, shiny toy, shiny toy. Just pick one or two and just pound it into the ground consistently.
I'm gonna put that comment up in the chat right here, man. How many days have you consistently prospected since you got your license? Fundamental question for agent growth. If you don't know, you might as well pull out your pen right now and write that down. And that is wisdom from probably one of the strongest and most consistent agents I've ever met in my life, David DeVoe. I think we lost your camera, Dave. It is 6:54 p.m. We're going to start to draw this to a close. I want you to be safe, Dave. I don't want you driving out there on the camera. Mark, I want you in your business. A finale. I'll see all of you guys at 8 o'clock. I want to shut it down so I could do the final count. So far, at 6:55 p.m., we are at 2,131 contacts. We're easily going to blow past that. We'll probably be in the 3,000 range once all the people report their numbers. I want to say goodbye to Dave. I don't know if he's still there. Dave, man, I want to say thank you. Dave, and Mark. You guys got the hard names, man. Dude named Sekou is an easy name, man. The hard names. I want to leave space for you guys to say whatever you need. How do we get in contact with you, DeVoe, if we want to talk about probate, if we want to talk about growth?
You could email me at david@homesbydevoe.com or just message me on Instagram at homesbydevoe.
Or you could talk to me because the TDG after my name is the DeVoe Group, but you know.
Yeah. Follow me at Homes by DeVoe. One thing I think this applies to everybody right now, and it's very, very important right now. We're living in a Super Mario Brothers warp zone right now. So this is important. Everybody is crazy. I'm nuts. We're all going through this, right? We've all been through this. There's no amount of strong mindset that is going to keep you from being affected by what everybody's been going through. I mean, everything, right? The market shift, which I don't think anybody realizes what is about to happen. The pandemic, everything that's happening, racism, everything that is happening across this country at once. I mean, it's a lot. And so my advice is just look for the opportunities. Let the world, let the universe guide you. And when you see an opportunity, go with it. And
take action.
When you see something that might piss you off, might be a setback, might be because something like that, like we're going through in this world, going through in your business, what I'm going through in my business, watch out, because
watch out.
Is it these major breakdowns are followed by this mental. This is time where, and your mind is open. This is the, and I'm very grateful. Everybody's just has to be aware of miracle and then make it a miracle, and try to keep your mind as quiet as you can.
Yeah. Dude, that was so powerful that they decided to make it sound like Max Headroom, man. It was so powerful. They gave it to us in spurts. They gave it to us in doses. But here's the thing. This is what I can say. This is the kind of market where you watch a guy like DeVoe. Yeah, the whole thing. This is the kind of market where you watch a guy like DeVoe and you watch him attack the market. You watch him turn it around. You watch out because he is not going to sit back, and he's going to do it from this position of course I'm going to do it. It's not going to be, I need to, I got to. It's going to be fucking swan graceful. Yeah. It's going to be graceful. Underneath the water, he might be pedaling like a bastard. His legs might be going like crazy, but man, it's going to be nice and smooth up front. And the space that he goes into when he does this, I've seen it happen. Watch out, man. You either standing with him or you're underneath him, and you're going to get crushed by it. I don't know if I said it the same kind of Zen way that you would say it, brother, but that's what I got from it.
Perfect.
So,
all right, guys.
We got a great group. This
great group.
Elevate, Dominate, DeVoe Group, Elevate, Dominate, Sekou, all these finale. There's so many awesome people. And you're surrounded
by the right people.
That's right. Who you grow with matters, brother.
By the right, who you grow with matters. All right, guys. I'm gonna shut it down, man. I love you guys. Everybody out there, I love you, and we'll see you next week. Obviously, I'll have the information in the chat there. Have a great night. I'll see you two later on. Oh, my boy.
Later.
You want to tell them let's go, let's grow?
Let's go, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
Woo!
Still live, man.
Mark.
Yeah, man.
Good show tonight. I'm
Still
exhausted,
live,
man. I am still live. I love you guys out there. Woo!
Look, I thought you were going to have lunch.